experienced that. We're not taking that away from you.
Do you support Hamas?
No, of course I don't. Of course not. Of course not.
Okay.
And I don't even support what has happened. And I don't support what has happened. But I do not understand.
Give me a source for this bombing that you're talking about. Give me a source for
Kana.
UN, whatever.
Just type Kana. Just type Kana. Okay. Just go on Google. Kana is Qana.
We could go in the past for hours. Oh, this happened in the past. Let's talk about what's happening now. Okay.
Yeah, but that's also the past. Because that happened 3 days ago. What's happening now?
What happened is what's leading up till now. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't just happen, you know?
You guys woke up today because there was an attack 2 days ago. That's why you guys woke up today.
No, I woke up 2 days ago, found out my country's in war, terrorists are in the streets, breaking up into innocent people's house, kidnapping them, raping them, killing them. So yeah, that's pretty sad, I guess.
And what about the last 20 years? Has this not happened before from your side?
Israeli soldier is going to people's homes and killing the kids and shooting them in the face.
They're not.
You can't recognize them.
They're not.
Hamas is a terrorist group.
They're not.
Israeli soldiers are doing that daily.
They're not doing that. You're misled. They're not shooting.
You're listening to fabricated news across your television.
I've lived it. I have
Oh,
lived it. I've been in it. What is fabricated when I say I've been in it?
Bombing.
You're going to say our media and our news is fabricated. Why can't we say that to you?
Because this is not news and media. Because I'm telling you of my experience in a country.
Yeah, and I've experienced too. I've been in Israel when the sirens go off. I've had to run into a bunker. I've had to hide. I've experienced it too. So what? Now am I more...
Okay, I'm sorry that you experienced that. I'm really sorry.
Old women, obviously.
Okay, but why did you guys wake up to it now? And this is exactly what
Somebody has woken up to it just right now. We're talking about...
You have some place that is safe to be...
We know there's been stuff happening for years.
Could you explain what you mean by wake up to it?
You do not do this. You do not do this. And if you can agree with me, then I'll still have faith in your mentality. You do not do this.
Just do it. I have a question for
I'm biased. Could you please explain to me what you mean by why do we wake up now? We've never not waken up. But we've never also...
Oh, really? Oh, really? So you want to tell me you know about... Yeah, I'm asking you. Do you want to tell me... Yes, I am. I'm talking to you.
Okay, what?
You want to tell me that you know what has been happening in Palestine for the last... I won't go more than last 10 years. Yes or no?
Who cares? Even if you go to...
No,
what do you mean, who cares?
Show me right.
Nobody is
that your defense? Who cares?
I am 100%.
Why are you guys talking over everyone?
I can't hear just do it, guys.
Hey, one at a time.
Just do it was talking. Let him talk.
Okay, before saying anything, I want to say that I am fully 100% on Israel's side, but I also think that just fighting and yelling and screaming at each other will get us nowhere. I also believe that. Okay?
Fantastic.
And I have to say, unbiased, you've been, you've spoken, you haven't yelled, you haven't, I guess came at anyone, but at the end of the day, the main argument and the main question that we're talking about right now is not the past. We're talking about what happened 2 days ago when Hamas came from air, land, and sea into civilian homes, not the army, not anybody that could have done something to them. Civilians, random people, children. They came, they kidnapped them, they raped them, they dragged them through the streets.
He just said, how about we go back to
Just do it. I have a question. I have a question
the
for
video
you.
of Hamas taking a prisoner in the back of the truck while driving through the streets of Gaza, and you see people coming and smacking her and hitting her with a stick and just literally obliterating her.
Yes.
So
I agree with you that this is not acceptable. I agree with you that this is not acceptable. And I agree with you that this is a disgrace for humanity.
Wait, can I say another thing?
Finally.
But I still do not understand why you just woke up today and you said to yourself...
Do you know what I don't
What do you
understand?
mean? Wait. No. I want him to explain. What do you mean by woke up? Could you explain that?
Because,
Just do it.
because
No.
exactly the same things have been happening over time with Israel doing the exact same thing towards Palestinian people.
No,
Just do it. I have a question for you, and hopefully I don't upset you with this question, okay?
Okay.
If I bring a bunch of people and jump you 2 days ago, yeah?
Okay. Sure.
And then you're by yourself, you're wounded, right?
Sure.
For centuries I've been bullying you. You end up going to the gym, you work out, you do whatever you gotta do, then you retaliate. Right?
Okay.
Do you think that's justifiable or not?
I think a retaliation against me, if I was the one who was bullying or getting bullied and I went back to fight the bully, who is not innocent citizens and civilians.
70
You want to go
years.
fight the army? You want to go fight the army?
All I have to say
don't
is 70
agree with
years.
either.
So the past
I don't
does make the
I don't
future.
agree with
That's
it
all I
either.
had to say. You get what I'm
But
saying?
that you're arguing. But what you said also didn't make full complete sense. Because if that was if what you're saying is what you said, then it would make sense to go fight the army, to go fight the government, not the innocent civilians who are in their homes.
That's
not the
all
innocent
right.
Israel.
Exactly.
Who are they attacking right
innocent
now?
babies
Not innocent
who weren't
civilians.
even alive. They were
Are they
it was a
attacking innocent civilians?
3-year-old.
What?
What? They didn't kidnap a 3-year-old? They didn't put babies in cages? And if you say they didn't, I'll send you the video.
Please do.
Okay?
But do you think it's right though to ignore the past? I am totally unbiased here. Do you think it's right to ignore the past?
No way.
No, I'm not saying it's right
to.
to ignore the past, but I think there's a certain way to handle it, and the way that it was handled
Is not it.
was so far completely wrong in every aspect that it could be, where the past wasn't even validated.
Exactly.
It's just
So what would you have done? What would you have done? What would you have done
Exactly
if
what
you
I'm
were
doing.
pressured for the last 20 years?
Progressing.
I don't know what I would have done, but I know that I wouldn't have killed innocent civilians, raped women in the street, and
See,
kidnapped
the
children.
problem, the problem,
That's
just do
no,
it.
I wouldn't have done.
I agree with you.
What I would have done, I don't know. But what I have done,
I agree
and
with you.
babies and children and Holocaust survivors, no, I wouldn't have done that regardless of anything.
I agree with you 100%, just do it, and you're absolutely correct. There is no excuse for what has been done. 100% with you, bro. Okay, but there's one thing that you need to understand.
He has to say it for it to make sense for this man. Okay, I've been saying that, but okay, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
She talks way too much. Can I just one thing that, like I said before, I'm not gonna say dog. Whatever you put on a corner, eventually it will explode. Eventually it will go crazy. Eventually it will bite back.
Yes, I agree.
And this is
Okay, I agree
exactly
with that.
what has been happening.
Because Palestinians are dogs without intelligence.
So you're saying, wait, so you're saying getting into an old lady's house,
Palestinians
kill
dogs.
her.
I mean, Adam, I don't know how you can accept something like this.
Nick, what do you think it is?
Look, again,
What do you think it's
If
gonna
it weren't- These aren't dogs, these are
and everyone
human
understands that.
But if it
my
weren't
argument to that is
for
going to
the
be the dog is going to bite the person that put it in the corner.
resources.
It's not going to bite an innocent bystander 3 blocks away for
Just
no
do it.
reason.
Did you see the map of Palestine in 1947 till now?
Oh, perfect.
if it weren't for the events that had
Stick with his dog analogy. We're all dogs. Yeah.
if it weren't for the events that transpired in the last 2 days, which were really unfortunate, I'm just curious, what were the plans of peace among both parties? Were there any talks of some sort of peace, or what could have came instead of this war?
Nothing.
I don't
And
know.
that is the
I don't know
problem.
if you were talking to me, but I couldn't fully hear the question.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to hear that one. Can you say it? You might have to talk a little closer to your mic.
Sorry, I was just wondering, if it weren't for the unfortunate events in the past 2 days, were there any sort of plans of peace being made between the two, or what could have came besides this?
Nothing.
There were the Abraham Accords and the
there were
peace talks
talks
with Saudi
about
Arabia.
peace in the past. There were
And the Oslo Accords. And the
There
fact
were-
that thousands of Palestinians go into Israel every day
Okay.
to work, like I've been saying
my
a million times, there's been progress.
So yes, so there
has
is a
been
No,
progress.
this is not
People have been
progress.
living there. This was unprecedented.
This is
and
not
uncalled for.
progress. What you're calling is
Yes,
suffering.
there has been progress.
You have not
Yes,
been
there has
there.
been progress.
You
The
have
Chechenyes
not
have
been
gotten
there.
more
You have not
because
seen the
their
people
religious
living like
practices
they're
stopped.
living.
But there's
Because
been
I want to
progress.
see
There
how
was a
you will
kid
live
who got
in a place
decapitated
like
in
this.
Gaza, and the
I'm
Israeli
biased. Could I ask you a
doctors
question?
reconnected his head. For what? To kill him?
Oh, wait,
No! Why would they do that?
Okay, I'm
It doesn't
biased.
make
Let
any
me ask you a
sense.
Just do it wants to
Nura,
ask
Nura.
a question to
Young Gaza
unbiased.
kid
Nura,
got
Nura,
internally
let him talk,
decapitated,
please.
And they fixed
Nura,
it
let
to
him
go
talk.
kill him? It doesn't make any sense. For what?
My
For
God,
what?
no one's
There are people that want to
listening.
speak.
Let him talk.
I want to answer a
Hey,
question,
Nora.
and I want to try and actually I want your unbiased answer. If
Yes.
there was no border, no sanctions, none of the oppression, but it was
Yes.
called Israel. It was Israel's
Yes.
state. It was a Jewish state. You
Yes.
think that there would be no war?
I think there would be no war. Yes. And I'll tell you why.
I think the same
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. It will be.
Let him explain.
It will be extremely difficult, and it's not something that is easy because the state of Israel is a bit more open than an Islamic state. Okay, so I can tell you, I'm 100% sure. I'll just give you a couple of examples. Look at Lebanon. Lebanon is a Christian state with 49% Muslims. Okay, it's a Christian-run country with 49% Muslims. Okay, look at history. Look at Germany. Germany between the West and the East. There was very big uprising. There were walls. There was war between the two. Now they're living together as one. Okay, same thing in Lebanon. They're living together as one. Okay, and what you are implementing or what you're saying is the right way forward. This is exactly the perfect solution for the situation. Although it will be hard to accept for so many people will be against this. Okay, but in the long run, and this is what we have to look for, in the long run, one state, not two separate states, one state, okay, with equal rights towards Palestinians, towards Jewish people, towards everyone, not reflecting back on religion.
Why don't we make Jordan one state then too? Why don't we make South Syria one state? That was Palestine.
You want to kick the Palestinians out of the country?
Just in 1946. Why don't we all share rights?
Nura, we're talking about the situation that's happening right now. Does that make sense?
He's talking about making it one state.
No,
to get rid of
what you're saying is
why
that
do
you don't want it to be one
Jewish
state. You just want to kick all the Palestinians out of Palestine.
Need to take care of your ass. They don't.
Wait,
You need to turn around to your own people and ask for help. Why does it need to be one state? Be your own
Wait,
state.
I can't hear anything she's talking.
Palestine was its
You
own
can't hear anything
state.
because I'm a woman and you don't respect women. I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a German that doesn't respect women. Exactly. Fantastic. Please do ask, just do it.
Listen, you're wrong, and that's why you're attacking me, because a woman is...
I'm not even attacking you. I can't hear the man.
And I'm teaching you something that you believe with your whole heart,
Oh my God.
and now you know you're wrong, and that's why you're sitting here disrespecting me.
Okay, I'm not disrespecting. How did I disrespect
Until now, when I talked your language.
How did I disrespect you?
Really ignorant, to be honest with you. You're laughing at your own jokes. No one's laughing with you.
Listen,
How did I disrespect you?
Amazing. But you guys are wrong.
How did I disrespect you?
Nura, just do it. Have a question. Can let him ask Nura.
Oh my God, I've been fully convinced.
Okay, so I'm biased. My question is,
Yes.
the same way the Jews believe Israel and Jerusalem is their homeland, the
Yes.
Muslims believe that as well, right?
Okay.
So,
You're referring back to religion now.
No. I'm it's adding on to my question. It's more
Okay.
of like to back it up.
Okay.
So with like what you said before, many people will be very hard to agree with it, right? Very hard to
100%.
100%. Out of those many people, you don't think
Yes.
any of them would tell you? You don't think any of them
Any-
would come out and sending more rockets?
Wait, can you get close to the? I couldn't hear the last part.
So, my question is, don't you think that out of those many people who are going to
Yes.
be upset with it and not accept it,
Yes.
You don't think any of them would be Hamas or an extremist or something along those lines, and then continue to send rockets and continue the war?
Of course.
So that's why I don't agree with you that it'll be peace, because there's no winning.
But then you have two fronts fighting and not one. Because right now you have one front fighting, one front sitting at the back and doing nothing because they can't do anything, and you have a terrorist group that is controlling that group. Imagine you had one free state, one entire free state with equal rights to everyone. Don't you think that the third party that is right now not doing anything wouldn't support that? And you have two fronts fighting a terrorist organization?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And everybody knows it. You have to be kidding.
Apparently not everybody, because I don't know it.
Honestly, I'm confused. What do you want?
There are Knesset. You think they're Jews?
Nora,
you think they're
all the
Jews
Palestinians out of Palestine.
No. Okay.
Why are you referring back to religion? Why are you going back to religion?
Because it's a one Jewish state. Muslims have over 50 countries. Arabs have over 20 countries. But the one Hebrew Jewish country is everybody's problem? How? How? You know, the smallest part of the world
Because it's stolen country. It's stolen country with
That's not a big country. It's not a big country.
It's stolen country.
I agree with you.
Oh my God.
She speaks more than she listens.
She speaks.
Like, I totally agree with you, and I agree that there are so many more places where they could go. But at the end of the day, that's not going to happen, and it's not how it works.
I can't really hear you.
Yeah, your mic went really.
Okay, sorry. I'm like trying to. Sorry. Just basically what I said is I agree with what you said, and I do agree with you that there are many places where they can go, but that's not the case, and it's not the argument. That's not going to win anything, or you know, have someone agree with us right now.
He's saying let's just
the fact that there are multiple places they can go. Yes.
He's saying let's just have one state. On Hamas's military, on his mission state or their mission statement, it says kill the Jews worldwide, not just in Israel. So if you want to talk about Israel or religion or not religion, this is written in black and white in their mission statement.
How horrid it is by giving false information to people.
I didn't know Hamas had a mission statement. I mean,
they all have mission statements.
I don't need to look anything up.
Okay, wait.
You have a mission statement too. Do you want to
a mission statement?
Is it a website? Do I go to a Hamas.com and then they have the mission statement written there?
To Noura.com and then you'll get it from me.
They have a mission statement. Look at, you don't know about your own people. And you're
my own people? I'm a fucking German. I'm sorry.
Over there getting bombed in Kana. And then you laugh because you have
I'm 100% German. They're not my own people. I'm sorry.
You thought that you've held on to
Noura.
truths or whatever you want to call it.
If anybody don't agree with you, it's not against you, okay? If anybody don't agree with your idea, it's not against you.
Listen. What happened was wrong, and you need to be against.
No, Noura, you need to listen. You need to listen because
I've been listening. You guys have been saying
clearly by the way you're speaking and the lack of knowledge that you have been giving everybody. You're clearly not listening.
No, Lamar, whatever, you don't know. You don't know.
Everyone doesn't know anything.
And I feel bad
you
for
know
you
everything. You should
I
go
can hear you speaking and you articulate well, which means you have the ability to learn, but you haven't. And you know why? Because the Arab
because I don't want to end up like you.
Culture, and you're probably surrounded by
Because I don't want to end up like you. That's exactly why.
Have sunken into your bones and you have accepted it as truth. That's what it is. And it's a majority, but it doesn't make it right.
I also think it's a little ignorant to say you're willing to learn, but you've kind of pushed away every other opinion that people have brought in.
I'm not. I've said a million times that settler violence is wrong. I don't agree with all of the things that it says, but I also don't agree with the killings in Chicago and in whatever. But I'm not going to go and kidnap old women. Like,
biased. I have a question.
Just do it. I have a question for. Okay, please, Lamar, go ahead.
So Noura is claiming that the Palestinians should go and should be an Israeli state, right? Is that what I heard correctly? Right?
No. Whoever said I never said that, Lamar.
You said the two-state solution wasn't a solution, Noura.
This is why I'm
Wait,
questioning
Noura, before
because you're saying
listen,
stuff like this. I never
listen,
said the
listen,
Palestinians should go anywhere. I
listen.
never
I don't want to
said
hear
that. In
everything that's
fact,
going to come out
I
right
said
now.
that Hamas has made a mistake on their behalf.
Okay,
Because
I
nobody
heard
wants
this.
this for the
Now I need to
Palestinian
ask you a
people.
question. You said that there shouldn't be a two-state solution. Yes or no?
A two-state, yes, absolutely. He was saying one state. I absolutely believe there should be a two-state solution. Absolutely.
Okay, so there shouldn't be a one-state solution. So every Muslim, Jew, Christian can hold each other's hands and walk peacefully, make everything.
Like it was before Zionist coming.
What? I don't know if he's talking.
Palestine used to be Jewish, Christian, Muslim used to live under peace, no problem. When Zionists take over, not even the Jewish or the Christian is
That's not true. Jews were massacred everywhere in the Middle East.
I really recommend you go leave.
Oh my God.
Everywhere. You want to say it was all good before 1948 and the Jews became the bad guy because they got their state? No.
I have a question for you, Noura. I have a question for you, exactly for you. Jerusalem was given a key. To who was this key given?
For what? What key? What?
To Jerusalem had a key. To who was this key given?
Talking about Jerusalem now? How is this related? Jerusalem is holy.
The question wasn't for you, it was for Noura.
Religion.
The question wasn't for you, it was for Noura.
We need
Okay, but I can stand up for her.
Like, this is...
There's nothing to stand up to. I'm asking her a question. That's it.
The key to Jerusalem.
So, who was this key given to?
You want to look it up.
Explain what you
Gonna
mean
go
by
Google. I give her 5 seconds.
Sorry?
Can you explain what you mean by the key?
It is a
Okay. Okay. The thing is that the key to Jerusalem was given to the Arabs. Formally, well, they weren't known as the Palestinians at that time. Okay, but to an Islamic how do you call it in English? Islamic group. Okay, while Jews were living with them, while Christians were living with them. And for many years, as the key is still in the possession of an Islamic family, for many years they lived happily together. Islam, Jews, Christians. Okay? So I don't know why we're going and referring always back to religion. And we're going back and saying it won't work because of the religion. It has nothing to do with religion. If you want this to work, it can work. It doesn't depend. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew. It doesn't matter if you're from Islam. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian. Okay, so that has nothing to do with having one state. Now, my question to you, just do it, was, in your opinion, why won't a one state work?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. What? Why won't what?
In your opinion, why does not a one-state country or establishment will work? Why won't they? Why won't it work?
Because, like you said before, there will be many people who won't be able to accept it and won't be okay with it. And out of those many people, I know I'm assuming, but out of those many people, I'm going to assume that there will be, Hamas and terror organizations and extremists who are still going to want to fight, who will still be sending rockets. They're only going to be happy when there's no more Jews in Israel or Israel becomes Palestine. So in my opinion,
and what do we have
it
now?
wouldn't work.
Fantastic. And what do we have now? What's the counter to it? Right now, how is it?
What do you mean?
How is the situation right now? No, not the sanctions. I'm talking about the situation right now. There's Hamas, there's terrorist groups that are not accepting Jewish people, and they're firing rockets and killing children, correct?
Yes.
So how bad would it be if you guys, not you, but if the Jewish people, if the state of Israel gains more followers, has one bigger entity to fight that common enemy, which is Hamas?
you can't pinpoint it to who the exact people are, and second, you don't reward bad behavior. Like if you want to go back to what you said with the dog in the corner, if the dog bites you, you're gonna go give it a treat. You're gonna say good boy and tap it on the head. No, but you can't reward.
But the dog is Hamas, and we do not. We agreed that Hamas has nothing to do with Palestine. So basically, if you're taking Palestine,
if you
and
want
you're
to say,
including
if you
them,
want to, if you want to reword your question and say Palestine without Hamas and any terror organizations, then no problem. One state is fine. But at the end of the day, it's not possible.
Of course it is. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Because other countries have done it. Other countries have done it.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, hello. Yes, I hear you. Can I talk, guys?
Wait, can I say something, please?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, about what you finished, something like that. About what you said.
Yes.
About why cannot be one state.
Yes.
So, a few years ago, we tried to make it a one state, and a lot of Arabs were allowed to get in here.
That never happened.
Wait.
No, but that's not true.
And a lot of people disagree with this, and there was a lot of terror attacks. So that's why it can't work.
Because it was still a two-state. It was not a one-state. There was not once the idea put down. There were 4 meetings done. 4. And in 4 meetings, there was not once the option of having a one state. It was always a two state, but we will divide this and this and this and this. And Palestine did not agree to it, then Israel did not agree to it, and that's why they never came together. But there was not once was there a seating where they said, hey guys, let's all work together. And I'm telling you this because this is history. Yes.
Can I talk right now? Let me give you some information first. When America started destroying Iraq, right? It was not terrorism, right? They killed 1 million people in Iraq, so it was not terrorism. It was invading. Then they come in Afghanistan. Then they invade Afghanistan. They kill 1 million people in there. So it was not terrorism. How can you call Palestinian people right now? You call them terrorists. You call them Hamas destroyed right now Israel. How can you call that? How can you call Hamas a dog? How can you call that? I seen by my own eyes when I was in Israel, they killed my own uncle. Israel, listen to me, brother, listen to me. Last Ramadan, I was in Israel, and they come in the mosque, and they start beating people in front of my own eyes. I'm a Pakistani. I wasn't there. How can you take the side of Israeli when they kill innocent people?
I'm not taking the side of Israeli. I'm not taking the side.
Brother, listen to me fast. Israeli's army, they rape 14-year-old kid, 14-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl. How can you call them a human? They don't even act like a person.
Ronnie,
brother,
I don't think unbiased was taking sides with this. I think he was.
What, brother?
So I don't think unbiased was supporting Israel. I think he was more on.
No, before he said something, brother. He said something that Hamas is dog. How can Hamas be a dog?
No.
Hamas is a dog.
He's using that as an ideology.
No,
so people can
you misunderstood, my friend. You misunderstood me. I said it doesn't have to be a dog. It can be a cat. It can be another human. It doesn't matter. It's an ideology. It's when you put someone in a corner and you pressure that person and you annoy that person will latch back at you. That person will be aggressive towards you because that person is in a corner. Okay? I'm not calling anyone a dog. No one is a dog. This has nothing to do. It's just the idea of putting someone in a corner, my friend. I did not call Hamas a dog.
I said last Ramadan, they invading people, they hitting people, they're using guns in the mosque in Ramadan. So do you think it was good? It was good or bad? Tell me. Can you answer that? It was good
of course
or bad?
not.
None of the events have transpired in the past 2 years.
What? I cannot hear you. Can you put your phone to your mouth so we can understand you?
So the past 2 days that all this stuff has been happening is definitely not okay, but to negate the entire history is also wrong. And I think people do still need to realize that. I think people are just saying, forget it, like these past 2 days, these past 2 days. But we really need to think about the history of this.
Listen to me, Elizabeth. I want to say something because the most important thing is it's happening from so long. It's not like right now. It's happening from a very long time. And Israelis are doing the same thing every Ramzan, every holy month of a Muslim. They're doing the same thing every time. Before 2 days ago, we have a holiday in a Muslim culture, in a Muslim religion, and they did the same. They rape few girls, they kidnap the girls from the home, and then raiding the homes. So how can people call them like they're doing the good things? Then Imran Khan stand up for the Palestinians. You know that. Maybe you heard the speech also. Imran Khan told them that if you want to do like that, we will cross the borders. We will destroy everything. Because the most important thing is in Islam means peace. La ilaha illallah. What it means? It means peace. But Israel is not doing the same thing. They're not doing the same thing.
Microphone. I want to hear you.
What?
Speak into your microphone, please. I want to hear what you're saying.
I'm talking very clearly. Why you not hear me?
No, you sounded like you weren't close to your microphone.
I said when Imran Khan stand up for the Palestinians, do you watch that speech? Did you even listen to that? That when someone asked him a question that Palestinians are like that, he told the Israelis, stand up by your side. If you're doing like this to Muslim people or Muslim brothers, we're gonna do the same. Right now, we feel so sad right now. You know why? Because Imran Khan is right now in jail. Because even a good person right now in jail, he can stand for the Palestinians. Right now, every person is coming and supporting Israel. Right now, America is using right now Israel as a pet, like a dog. That's true. America is using them right now. Like America told them.
I agree with that, and I'm an American. I agree with that. I stand with the Palestinian people, 100%.
Yeah, because you know the world's biggest terrorist country in the world right now is United States. That is the world's biggest terrorist country right now, United States. The world's biggest terrorist country right now. He used every country to destroy another. He used every country. Right now, even the two people can stand up to America.
Lewani.
Yes, brother.
I just want to go back to something you said, which is, in your opinion, correct, but in many other people's eyes, it's not. This has nothing to do with religion. So it's not about Islam. It's not about Jewish people. It's not about Christians.
Brother, listen. Do you know?
You are right. Let me talk. Please let me talk. I let you talk the entire time. Okay. You are absolutely right when you say that there is other countries that are involved. I agree with you. Whoever the other country is, it doesn't matter. If it's the US, if it's Europe, if it's Russia, if it's Iran, it doesn't matter. There is other people involved. Yes, you are correct. But it doesn't change the point. It doesn't change the fact that we need to achieve something out of the problems that have been caused. Because of a simple thing. If we do not solve the problem, we're going to have it for another 10 years. The exact same thing will happen again. People will die every day. If it's from the Palestinian side, if it's from the Israeli side. People will die because we are not solving the problem. There needs to be someone who stands up and says, guys, let's try a different way. Let's try something else.
You know, brother, I was laughing 2 days ago when Hamas did the things. When I was laughing, like when Russia started invading Ukraine, and people said stand for Ukraine, stand for Ukraine. I was laughing that time also, because people didn't even stand up for the Palestine. You know, I was so laughing. I said, oh my gosh, like people are just only standing for these kind of countries, but for the Muslim countries, they're not even standing. They're not. This 2 days ago when Hamas attack on Israel, and there's some people got killed, and then people are making so much rumors and so much blah blah on TikTok and Twitter and everywhere. I was also laughing the same, because why Palestine is not a people? Palestine is not a people. Is it not a country? Why they don't have feelings? They don't have heart? Like
we're not
just
talking about Palestine.
I'm just saying.
No, he's going to say he's laughing at the death. I'm
just saying my question. Like people are not standing with the Palestinians, because the most important thing is they just only think about the other countries. But Palestinians is also a human being. They're also human like us.
But my friend, you say you are...
They listen to fabricated news. That's all they get. We cannot shun them because that's all they get is the news. That's all they're told. That's all they're taught to listen to, especially within the United States. That is the only thing in our upbringing that we are taught. We're taught to believe in our news. And it's so fabricated, and it's so sad that people actually believe this fabricated news that's given to us.
Jenny, where do you get your news from?
Jenny, last
I'm right in the class, just like you, just
No,
do it.
I know. I agree.
right
I'm not
in the US.
arguing that part. I'm asking you where you get your news from.
Jenny, last month, last Ramadan, I was in Palestine, right?
I couldn't hear what you said.
We have family in the Middle East. Just do it. Just as you, I'm sure you do too.
I still couldn't hear you. What'd you say, Middle East?
Jenny, last Ramadan, I was in the Palestine with my
Lauren,
uncle. My uncle was a reporter in there from the army.
Just do it. Hold on, just a minute. Just a minute. I promise I will answer you.
Okay.
There are many other forms of news outlet medias versus like the mainstream that you can get your news sources from straight from the people online.
I get that, Elizabeth, but most people do not take it. But besides on what is live in the morning, you have your cup of coffee, you sit in front of the television, and you listen to all the lies and the fabrication that we're fed. This is what I'm saying.
Wait.
And I know this firsthand. Why? Because I'm born and raised here, 41 years of my life, born and raised here. And I didn't figure out the truth. I didn't figure out the truth until I was about 20 years old when I actually traveled to the Middle East myself, and I've been there umpteen times since then.
So Jenny, you're saying that they didn't kidnap children and Holocaust survivors and kill?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I am not saying that at all. But I'm saying
I'm just confused.
It's been going on for many decades now. It's been going on. We're all aware of this, but we're not given 100% truth. That's the part that's most wrong. We're not all being given 100% truth to both sides.
And that's what I was just saying. Like, he was asking the question, where do you get your news source from? And yeah, there's plenty of other forms to get it besides what we have on our TV. I mean, people post from their own cellular devices.
Yes, absolutely, Elizabeth. Absolutely. And it's sad that you have to go digging so far down and so deep to find the real truth of both sides. Believe me, I don't believe half of what they tell you on our news. I don't, because over time, I've been really quick to actually dig for real, true, 100% answers. And like I said, I've traveled to the Middle East myself. Why? Because I was in such dire need to find the truth.
But can I say something to Lewani?
Yes.
Lewani.
Yes.
It saddens me that the way you just talked, it makes me really sad. You know why?
Why?
Because you just proved that what Just Do It said before, you just proved him right. You looked at Islam, you are a Muslim, but still you laugh at a war and you laugh at what has happened, and you are showing that you are happy that they did what they did.
Unbiased.
And that makes me very sad.
Can you listen to me, Haram? My gosh, what are you talking about? What I am saying and what you are saying. Can you listen to me first? I said I was laughing on the countries that they just want to take the side up. They just want to take the side of other countries, but they not even take the side of Palestinians. Why? Are they not Muslims? I just saying that to you, brother. That why they not even think about it. I said, wait, listen, but let me talk first.
Winnie,
I misunderstood you. Sorry.
Yeah, I said, brother, last time.
Hold on. You guys just hold on for 2 seconds, okay? Once again, this is not a religious war, okay? You don't have to be Muslim. You don't have to be Jewish, okay? All you have to be is human, okay? You only have to be human to feel the sadness of what is going on in the world today, okay? On both sides, for the Palestinians and the Israelis, both. All you have to be is...
Jenny, are you saying this right now? I never seen this kind of TikTok groups, right? These kind of group, like this kind of group hold before. Like right now, the Hamas attack on the Israel, like on the Israel. Right now, this kind of group created before the Palestinians in the Ramadan when they attack on the Muslims people. There's nothing going on like that right now. Or just only Hamas attack. These things are going on right there. That's so bullshit. Because the most important thing is people not even realize because they are fighting for the place, they're fighting for Jerusalem. We all know that, but all the people know that it is the right of the Muslim people. But still, still Israelis is fighting for it.
I'm aware of what's been going on, Luwani. I'm aware since 1948. I'm fully aware. Why? Because I've done my proper research. I know the truth behind it. Okay? I'm with you. But in the same sense, I have to go against you and say, no, it is not normal to laugh at what's going on in the world today. It's not normal.
Jenny, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure thing. Ask.
Okay, just yes. It's more of a yes or no, but obviously answer how you want. With you knowing all the past and all the deep diving that you've done, would you say that what happened Saturday was justified?
No, well, actually, in all fairness, just do it. I think it has been justified now just to know what I've seen with, okay, yes, the Hamas, okay? Let's not get it mixed up. Not the Palestinians. Hamas actually did what they did on Saturday, okay? No, it's not okay in my eyes, okay? But it also contradicts itself 100% when the Israelis came back with retaliation with how they did.
But also, Jenny, you could keep
What did they do? Wait. What did they do? What did they do? What did they do? As of now, all they did was send rockets, the same way that Gaza did. So what did they do?
I want to ask Adam
saying what Hamas did wasn't right, but yet you're saying two wrongs make a right?
No. Can I jump in, please? You asked what have they done? They've already killed 1,500 Palestinians in Gaza as of that was as of yesterday. I don't know what it is now. But number two, this has been going on for as Jen has said since 1948. This is 75 years, and before that, since 1917, when their terrorist groups were terrorizing us to steal our land. That's number one. But number two, you cannot sit here and say was it justified, was it not justified, and then not asked the day before that, when Palestinians were under siege and control by Israel for 56 years, guys. This is since 1967. The Palestinians have been under Israeli occupation, and nobody asks any question. Nobody wonders why Israel is the number one country with the most human rights violations. Why aren't you guys asking this? Why aren't you guys asking why isn't Israel creating peace? Because Israel has the opportunity to create peace. Israel has the opportunity to oblige by the United Nations and oblige by international law and be held accountable by international communities, but they don't get held accountable the same way Russia got held accountable for their war crimes. They do not get held accountable the same way Iran and Syria got held accountable for their war crimes. So their war crimes still persist. Our people are dying by thousands every time Israel comes in. Every time Israel, they have thousands of minors, of children being sieged by this country, by this occupational settler colonial state, and nobody bats an eye. So I don't want you to ask people, is it justified, is it not justified? You need to ask, is Israel going to stop their occupation of the Palestinian people, or are they going to continue to occupy the Palestinian people and create more tensions? Israel does not care. Israel does not care about Palestine. Israel does not care about its own civilian population because it is allowing them to. They are coming in and they are suppressing a Palestinian people, a whole entire minority, to what? For settler colonial gains? No.
Can I say something, please?
Exactly, Lena.
Can I speak?
Yes, Alicia.
Thank you. How do you expect us to want peace while terrorists get into houses, kidnap and murder innocent people, and go into a party and just start killing innocent people and raping innocent women? How can we want peace after that?
Alicia, you clearly
there was
didn't listen to what
a
Lena was
lot of
saying.
time leading up
prior to that. There's a lot of time prior to this event.
Did you not learn anything
And Alicia,
with
Alicia,
the sun?
this is, I can ask you the same question, Alicia. I'm Palestinian. I have lost my entire family lineage within Palestine is lost. We don't exist there anymore. I can ask you the same question. Why would I want peace? I could ask you, why would that Palestinian kid whose father died, why would he want peace? But they are sitting here and they are dead. They are born dead. They don't have anything to rely on. They don't have any future. And you're asking me that question? Israel has the right. Israel has the obligation as a settler colonial entity that is occupying to be a to give them human rights, and it's not doing that. It's killing them instead. It's saying your life does not matter. When your own prime ministers, when your own ministers of affairs, when your own parliament members are coming out and saying, let's topple, let's give them hell. They're gonna die now. If this is hell, what do you call the past 75 years? What was that?
Palestinians are born to die. That's basically what it is.
They're gonna give us hell now? You're gonna give us hell now? It's already been hell. You can't tell me you're gonna give us hell now. They've already been through it. I can't
more than hell since
I've just lost a home. I haven't lost a family member. I haven't lost my parents. I haven't lost anyone. But these children that are growing up in a war crime, in a war torn country because of Israel, they are, they are born dead. They don't have any support. Nobody cares for them. The same way nobody cared for the apartheid South African community until the international community came in and helped them, right? Palestinians aren't going to get freed until the rest of the world actually gives them freedom. That's the reality. And they're taking things into their own hands, which is sad. Because they shouldn't have to do that. They are a civilian population. Palestine is not a country yet. We don't have the authority to sit here and ask for things. We're not given anything. Israel is a country. Israel is doing everything that it is doing with international support. Imagine that, despite being the #1 country with the most United Nations violations, they are allowed to do what they're doing. That's not right. That's not right.
Let alone everyone says it was Hamas is to blame for this. The Palestinians are not to blame. But yet, see all over even the fabricated news. Look what it says. Look what it says, what they've done to the Palestinians. They've cut off their electric, their water source. They've cut off everything. They're moving people out of their homes. The only thing they have left in their own country. But who feels with the Palestinians?
This is the reality. Israel does not want a solution. Israel is very happy with the status quo of oppressing Palestinians and taking more and more Palestinian land and taking more and more Palestinian rights. When they are not obliging by human rights, United Nations law since 1948, which says Palestinians have the right to return. Palestinians have the right to seize their assets again. They don't want to be. They don't care about being politically correct. They don't care about doing things correctly. They are happy with what they are doing because nobody is holding them accountable. When Justin Trudeau, I live in Canada, when Justin Trudeau comes out and says Israel has the right to defend itself against what? Oh, against what? What are they defending themselves? I don't understand, right? Okay, this is the first time in history. This is why all you guys are out here and talking about it. This is the first time in history that Hamas has done something like this. This has not been seen before, which is why all of us are scared to find out what's going to happen next. None of us know what's going to happen next because we've never seen this before. None of us have seen this before.
Exactly, Lena. And if this was any other day and we were talking about Palestine, Israel, we can open these topics. But at this point, the damage that has been done, like I was saying earlier, we can't even talk about what happened last week. Hamas has made terrible decisions on in the name of Free Palestine. And this is just a mess. And I do not know how it's going to get cleaned up. And I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were on the live, but at this point, all of us just need to get together against terrorism. Hamas isn't for the Palestinian people. You know that. I know that. They're not for the Palestinian people. They don't represent Islam. They don't represent the Palestinian people. And we just need to get together and condemn this terrorism. There's no reason to do what just happened this weekend.
I have no problem with you condemning terrorism, but as long as this is the reality. As long as the world does not condemn Israeli terrorism and their human rights violations and their laws against humanity, then why are we being asked to condemn Hamas? I don't support Hamas. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I wouldn't ever vote in their favor. But in this situation, we're being asked this question as if it's our duty to answer it. It's not our duty to answer this question to support or condemn. That's on the international community. That's on the international courts to do it, and they are right. They
But
don't.
this just so happens. This just so happened to come from Gaza, tiny little Gaza. This Yes, this is an international problem because there were international people that were involved in Israel. But this just so happens to come out of Gaza. This is going to be specifically a retaliation to tiny little Palestine. This is not, Hamas is not for the Palestinian people.
So Lena, can I ask you a question? I don't want to cut you off from anything, but so you say you don't support Hamas, right?
No, I don't.
Right. So
Personally, I do not. I support pacifism, and this goes the same way. If I were Israeli, I would not support the IDF. I would not support these institutions that are bred to kill people. I would not. But this is the reality. There is an institution in Israel that there is an entire system in Israel that is bred to kill Palestinians. That is the reality. So I can't expect the Palestinian community in Gaza to just sit down as their family members are dying, as their land is being stolen. I can't, right? But I am a pacifist and I don't support it. But if the rest of the world were to be like me and actually not support T-wordism, then this would not exist. This entire situation would not exist. This is the reality. But the world does not care about Palestinian people, and they also don't care about Israeli people, believe it or not. The same way Israel does not care about Israeli people. They just care about their political gains and their stolen land.
No, Lena.
Do you think that there's ever a possibility, or do you think that a one-state solution will work, a two-state solution would work? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Oh yeah, 100%. This is why I'm angry, by the way, guys. I'm angry because I know this could all be solved if Israel decided to give Palestinians human rights. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of Israel's peace plans, and I'm putting air quotes on that, peace plans. None of them include the right of return for Palestinians to return to Palestine. None of them include the right for Palestinians to defend themselves. It doesn't include anything more than what we currently have, which is about.
Lena, let me ask you something. Do you know why the Palestinians don't have a right to return?
Some of 18% of Palestinian land. I don't have the right to return or seize.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Because Israel does not want to follow international law.
No, that's not why. Because in 1948, when the 5 armies attacked Israel, all the Arabs were in on it, and they said, "Hey, give us 1 second. We're going to wipe out the Jews. You can be right back." Israel actually won, and you think they're supposed to say, "Hey, welcome back"?
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry, ma'am. Hey, ma'am, I'm so sorry.
That is the truth. But that doesn't matter, Lena. Listen to me. Even if you were right,
Nina's trying to speak again.
Right.
Nina's trying to speak.
Let's say you were right.
Ma'am,
That
you cannot
doesn't
spread this
make what
propaganda
happened this weekend justifiable. Even if you are right, let's say, okay, fine, you're right, whatever, which you're not. Let's say what happened this weekend cannot be justifiable and is not in Palestine's favor. You need to understand this is not for the Palestinian people. The thousands of Palestinians that go into Israel daily to work, who knows what's going to happen to their jobs and their families, let alone that it's about to be a war.
You know what, Noura?
You need to stop talking about stolen land and whatever.
The highest population.
About stolen land, Noura.
This is not justifiable. This is people from all around the world who were killed at the hands of Hamas. You can't say that this is because of that. You can't.
افهميني, let me speak.
بفهمك اسمعيني. Listen.
No, you are spreading propaganda. This is not right.
I'm not. This is the truth.
Are you done?
This is the truth. If you look at history, just Google 1940. You know what?
I will look at history right now.
If you go on ChatGPT and ask, "Hey, ChatGPT, what happened in the 1948 war?" It'll tell you.
I will read
and
you.
And that was the same year that Israel was established.
Use ChatGPT
even
as
though
your source,
Jordan was Palestine too. Nobody batted an eye when Jordan took most of the land. You need to understand this is not about land, Lena.
Noura, are you gonna let me speak now?
I think he understands
Okay, I mean, it's not as if my family was forced out in 1948 for nothing. But anyways, I will speak now.
Not for nothing. You guys,
You said your piece.
had 5
You said your
established
piece. You said your
nations
piece. You
attack
said your piece.
this
Let
tiny
me speak
little
now.
Hebrew country, and you expect them to say, "Hey, come on back"? No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like
Yes,
that.
it does
Because Nuna's trying to speak.
Israel
international
was
law.
fair and square,
Look at
and
the
it took
international
to.
law.
Hey,
Okay.
all right, Nora, let's give her a chance to respond back to you.
So first things first, if you guys are going to go ahead and believe what she said, I want you guys to Google a few things. I want you guys to Google the 1947 partition plan. This is a partition plan by the United Nations that said Palestinians would get 55% of the land, and that Israelis would get 55% of the land. Now, if you guys are going to Google this, you will see that the UN partition plan was nothing but a recommendation. It did not hold any power, and if two parties were not in favor of this said partition plan, then that partition plan is voided and a new one needs to come in place. Israel, on that matter, they did not care.
Yes, they did. That's why it took the 2 years between when Jordan was established and when Israel was established, because the Arabs kept pushing back.
Nura, again, stop talking, Nura.
Let me speak,
and you know it because Jordan
Nora,
has
let
the
her finish.
biggest part of Palestine. Why does nobody care about that? If it's a land thing, then here's your answer.
It's not just a land thing, Noura. Let me finish. Okay, so now we're gonna go 1940.
Lena, even if it is a land thing, what happened this weekend should never happen.
Nura, no one's gonna speak to you.
Nora, we gotta let her finish. Just let her finish saying, and then when she's done saying what she's saying, then you can respond.
Yes, so like I said, if you guys were to Google the partition plan, you'll see that it is nothing but a recommendation. If both parties aren't in favor of said recommendation, it does not go through. So in this situation, it should not have gone through, and it didn't go through. Israel.
What are they supposed to do? Dance around with this real estate limbo for years? No, Israel. Look at Israel. Look at how much they've progressed. Look at all they're doing for the world. They're kings in technology and medicine.
Change your name to IDF and just get it over with.
They needed to establish their state to actually contribute to the world, which they're doing.
Oh, they're contributing to the world, sure.
This is and Jordan and southern Syria, they go do their thing, and you don't want to mention that southern Syria and Jordan were also Palestine just 2 years before. That's a larger portion. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody wages a war on them. But Israel takes the little land, and all of a sudden it's the entire world's problem.
You don't know anything.
Even if Lena, even if you're right,
you should know that.
even if you're right, Hamas
has
no right to do
please fact check everything I say. Please fact check it so that Noura can understand, because I know she's not capable of Googling and finding fact checking for herself. If you're going to tell me that I'm wrong, you need to come with proof. I'm telling you to Google the 1947 partition plan. And you can also Google the 1930 partition plan that the Israelis denied, right? Because that's what a partition plan is. It's a recommendation on how land can be split in the eyes of the international community.
Well, that same recommendation was made between the Jordanians as well, but nobody batted an eye because they're Arab and nobody had a problem with it. And you don't want to admit that, because in the Western world, that's not socially acceptable, Lena.
Yes, it is socially acceptable in the Western
to say
world.
that we don't want the Jews to have a state? No, it's not.
I was just about to get to your other lies when you said they can't expect to come back. These are civilian populations, Noura. These are not countries. They are not governments. These are civilians, and by the international courts and law, and by every single manner in history, they have the right to return.
Okay,
Noura.
fine. All right, fine. Then answer me this.
No. Don't say fine.
Then answer me this. Then why did Egypt, in the midst of all of this, in the midst of what's happening, why did Egypt and Jordan close their borders? Why did they just close their borders?
Egypt and Jordan. These are two different countries.
They just closed their borders. After the attack this weekend,
over and over again.
Off.
So what? So what if they close their borders?
I'm next.
I'm not worried about Egypt and Jordan. I'm Jordanian,
You can't go around and say that we're doing something wrong when they've been letting Palestinians come in every day for work.
So you are Israeli.
And now, all of a sudden,
Israeli.
We're the bad guys.
Yeah, she is.
And we want to stand. And
she's
then
you guys want to stand
behind
you're not going to get anything out of your mouth.
You cannot reason with somebody who's going to agree with Hamas. You can't.
Okay, nobody. Listen. Let me speak.
Worried that people are going to find out that.
I need you to calm down, Nura, because
I would love people to find out the truth. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
why
not
I'm
telling
here.
the truth,
These are
Nura.
simple.
I don't think you've said anything
things
about the
to
truth.
learn.
Yeah, you've been lying this whole time.
Hang on, so the host
This whole time, Nura, you've been lying.
a simple question, and I didn't even get to
No,
answer
these
it.
are simple things to learn. And if you were to,
Nura, can you
honestly, it
chill?
doesn't even take
What
that
is wrong
long
with you?
to look these things up.
Yeah,
It's
it
just the
doesn't take much to look these
widespread
things up.
Sounds like a complete
cultural
He's in
narcissist.
support of apartheid South
lie
Africa,
that just
everyone.
floats
That's
around
all.
that people just accept as truth. Newsflash, even if the whole world believes something, it doesn't mean it's true. Okay?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
have
We know.
resources now. We can see the
Yes,
truth.
we have the
We
United
can know where
Nations.
to
Only when
send
Noura
it
says
from.
it's true, it's
And like
true.
I said, Lena, even
Nura, we have
if
the
we're in a
United
different
Right,
Nations.
universe
unbiased,
and you are
right. But where's
completely
her
right,
proof? Where is
and
her
you're
solid
completely
proof?
right, fine, we stole the land, whatever, fine. What happened this weekend to
Where are you from,
international
Nura?
people and
Listen,
children and old women, you cannot stand behind that.
If you can't stand behind the past 2 days, how do you stand
Noura.
behind the past that's led up to this? Like how?
past
Okay, if
75
you're going
years.
to say that Israel is such a superpower and this and that, you and I and everybody knows that Palestine could have been long gone if they were doing the bullying that you guys claim they've been doing.
Look at
Wait,
the
see,
map from
Nura,
1947
where
till
is
now,
Palestine?
Nura.
I'm confused. Where is Palestine? You're saying Palestine could be long gone. What is this? If we're talking
The
about
Palestinian, the West
stop
Bank and
talking. Don't
Gaza.
answer.
Fine,
Why
the
don't
West
you know how
Bank
to
and
have a civil
Gaza.
conversation?
You want me to call it the West Bank and Gaza?
Why
Fine.
don't
Can
you
you
have
mute
a
her? Because I'm
civil
trying to listen to Lena. Because
Nora,
why can't you have a civil
Nora,
conversation? I'm very highly educated on this topic. I speak about it every
No,
single
because
day.
you are
But
just saying
no,
things that you've been repeating, that your parents tell you, that your community
You're
tells you.
I think you're
Don't do it to
repeating.
actually,
yourself.
no.
Repeating what she hears on the
My
I've
news.
heard
parents
you
don't
on
talk
live,
about the
Lena, and I've
1930s.
heard that you just sit there and
Nura.com.
you bond with other people over hatred, and it's wrong, and it's
You
time for
have
people to
hatred.
open
You
their
are the
minds. You
hatred. I don't know what to
cannot
tell you. You
excuse,
literally are
you
the hatred.
cannot sit here and tell me that Hamas
You are the
did what
hatred.
they did on the behalf of Palestinians,
Who said
because
that?
then that
Who said
becomes
that?
an international issue.
Somebody tell me
And
who
if
said
you're
that.
going to say that, then Palestinians become an international enemy. You can't say Hamas is acting on the behalf of Palestinians. You
Somebody
and
tell me
me
who
Don't
said
and
speak
that.
for the
Jenny and whoever
Palestinians.
else is
Somebody
here
tell me who said
needs to
that.
stand against
Anybody?
terrorism, period.
Anybody tell me who said that? Who said that? Was it
Nobody.
me? Was it any of you
No.
guys?
Just made up something
No?
in her
None of
head.
us? Okay. Nura, can I ask you a
You
question?
keep telling
Nura,
me this
can I ask you a
Nora,
whole
question?
live is about what happened this
Nora.
weekend, and you keep bringing up and this and and that. No, nothing like this has happened in the region. This
Yes, we know.
is a
We know nothing of
massacre.
this has ever happened to Israelis. We know, but it has been happening to us for 75 years. I can show you the videos of naked Palestinian women
Lena,
being walked
why are
around.
there
Don't
four
sit here
Nura,
and lie,
please,
Hamas in
Nura. Don't sit here
Israel?
and
take a
lie.
Why
chill,
isn't there
sister.
one synagogue in Palestine? Why
Because
are there churches? Why is everybody welcome in Israel? How are
how is
how
everybody
are you
welcome
going
Because
in
to
they were
Israel,
tell
there
Nura?
me
before
that this isn't a
Nuda, if everybody was
deliberate?
welcomed in Israel, then Israel would not be the #1 country with the most human rights violations. I'm sorry to break that to you. Not
Okay,
everyone.
I'm sure you're going by the UN, who had Iran
Uh-huh.
for women's
That
rights.
is against the
This is the
international
same source
community.
you're going to go off of.
That is against the
Okay,
international
who
community.
barely
Who
even
who else
condemns
remembers
Russia.
when?
Okay,
Who else
yeah,
remembers the USS
no,
Liberty
please.
when Israelis?
Israel helps.
Who else
Like
remembers?
Biden said, if we
Hang
didn't
on.
have an Israel, we would have to create one. That's how much
Like
they
Biden
help the
said.
world. They were
Exactly. I'm
up
just
Nura,
front
saying.
I
for the
suggest,
earthquakes. They're
Nura,
up
I
front for
suggest,
everybody. And
Nura,
you
Hang
guys
on.
are out
I
to
have to go,
destroy
Adam.
and
Adam, I have to
standing
go.
behind what happened this weekend.
Okay.
You cannot
Nura.
justify
Hey,
these
Hang
things.
on,
Adam,
Nora.
I have
Nora,
to
hang
go,
on
but
one
can
sec.
you please, Adam, I have to go, but can you please rise someone named Hiba? She's in the comments. I have to go because I'm getting ready to go to a protest. But Noura, you need to understand you're not educated on this topic. You don't know anything about
Lena,
the
you're not. I know you like to bond with people about
yeah.
hatred, and you
You have
guys
your
have
own
a
mind.
huge group, and there's a lot more of you than there are us, but it
Yeah.
doesn't make it
Let
true. It
us
doesn't
Hiba,
make it
please. I'm
right.
going to go.
Lena,
She's
you
preached
don't know.
nothing about
I
hatred.
have
She's
grown
preached
up
nothing
with
about
people like
hatred.
you. I
Okay,
get
hang on,
your
before I go,
mentality, but it's
Adam,
not
please,
right.
before I go,
Like
can you
I
mute
said,
her?
it
I want
doesn't
to
Yeah.
matter
show
if
you.
the whole world believes something. It doesn't make it the truth.
Just like the whole world believes in
Lena,
the
you
person from
don't know
Africa.
what you're talking about.
Adam, please
Lena,
let
you
me
want to
say
tell me
one
your
thing.
grandfather and his key in his
Adam,
house in Jerusalem or
Adam, can I say
whatever?
one thing before I
No.
go because I do
Adam,
have
can you
to?
mute
I
her?
don't want to be late for
No.
the protest.
Yeah.
Listen,
Just
Adam.
let her
She's
say
late for
one
the
more
protest
thing,
because she
Nora.
has no
Yeah.
Let her say one more thing, Nora.
She's going to protest. Okay, all right.
I know.
I'm going to
know.
protest Israel's human rights
Go
violations.
protest. Go
I'm going to protest Israel's human rights violations. But Adam, you
You're
asked me
going
earlier.
to protest
Stop talking,
Israel's
Noura.
human
I'm literally
rights
talking
about
to you.
Nora, hang on a
violations
sec.
after what
You're
happened
insane.
this
You're insane.
weekend.
chill out. Okay, you asked me earlier what is my solution? What do I think should be the resolution for this? And this is a very important question because the solution is in Israel's hands. Israel has the right to give Palestinians human rights and create a one-state solution which is a representative of all of its people. Give Palestinians the right to return. Give those people in Gaza the right to exist as humans, not as dogs in a cage. Give the Palestinians in the West Bank the freedom of movement. Make it a one state and give us all the right to return. See us all as equals. The same way that in apartheid South Africa, when the ANC, which by the way, guys, the ANC was considered to be a terrorist organization for 50 years while they were under the apartheid rule of the Europeans, right? But still, when the ANC took power, the white South Africans are fine. They're living fine. When you give people human rights, then there will be no issue. But this is the issue. When you're accustomed to privilege, Noura, if equality seems like oppression. That's it. That's all I have to say. Bye, guys.
Lena just hate that, and that's all I gotta say right now. Honestly.
Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to mute anybody or anything, but I do want to give everybody a fair chance and whatnot. So, she said she just had one more thing to say. So I just wanted to let her go ahead and say what she had to say. But anyway, let's see. There we go. She did mention somebody that wanted to come in.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Heather, how are you?
Hey, doing well. Sorry, Lena's really nice. I'm here to match people's energy. So let's talk about Palestine.
Connect even only.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, Heba. What's your opinions on what has happened this weekend?
Oh,
Wallahi, Noura, you need your own life at this point.
No.
Whenever I can join in, I would appreciate it.
You said you wanted to match people's energy. Now you're talking.
Yeah,
Go ahead. What do you
I don't
think about
like
what
you
happened
bullying.
this
I don't
weekend?
like you bullying people on the
I'm
internet.
not bullying anyone.
You
Listen,
are. Just because you have a louder mic, that doesn't make you right. Just because you have a louder mic, that doesn't make you right,
I'm
babe.
a very respectful person, and I know that.
You're not respectful.
You say you're respectful, but you've been cutting everybody off.
No. Well, I just ask you, what do you think about?
Can I please come in
weekend?
real quick
What do you
to
think?
say something?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Just really quick.
Yes.
I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I'm just learning on what's going on here. And I was on for an hour listening. And it really breaks my heart because we are all one under God. We should all love one another. Excuse me.
That's right.
I have no religion. My religion is God. We all bleed red. We all gonna die the same. We all gonna go. We're not gonna take none of this hate with us. None of the jewelry, none of the terrors, none of that with us. God doesn't see age. He doesn't see color. He doesn't see height. He doesn't see anything but our soul. And we all have a soul. We are a shell living inside our bodies. It's in our hearts to love and forgive. What happened tomorrow, we cannot change, rearrange, or anything. We can go forward. And it's about forgiving and love. That's what God wants. God doesn't want all this going on. It's just not right for the people that, people go back and forth. I don't watch the news. The only thing I believe in is God, because I'm very spiritual, and listening to everyone argue over, going back and forth. No one's getting anywhere, and I'm just listening. And inside, I'm crying because this is not what God wants for his children. Even though everyone might hate certain people or countries, we're all God's children. We all should love and respect one another, no matter where we come from, what we look like. We are all the same in different forms and different colors. Now, me, for myself, I'm a person of color. My background is Portuguese and Cape Verdean, but I write, black. I am not prejudiced because I don't see no color. I see your heart. I feel your love. And I believe if everyone stops going back and forth, arguing and debating, and no one's getting nowhere because it's still continuing on and on and on, and it will continue until people stop and look up at the most powerful person that can control this everything, and that's God. We cannot control what other people do. We can't point the finger and we can't blame and we can't judge because we're not God. We all make mistakes in different ways. And for the people die all the time, the good, the bad. Not all bad people go to jail. Kids die, older people pass. It's God's, when he's ready to take you, he sees no age, no color, no height, no size. He sees you for your soul. And that's why we will live on. God is not human. He is spiritual and he lives through all of us. You do not have to go to church or get on your knees to pray to God. You can stand up, you can be in the shower. It's a relationship and it's spiritual between you and God. No religion, no church. I just wanted to come in peace. I have nothing bad to say about anyone on here. I love everyone because that's my heart. And this is
Thank
what
you so
God,
much.
he doesn't judge. He doesn't judge anyone. He forgives. So we all need to forgive and come together as one and stop fighting and killing one another because we're all going to die one day. But let's die in peace. Let's die with love and leave a legacy.
Very, very
Excuse
well
me for
said.
getting emotional. Excuse me
No,
for
that's
getting
right.
emotional.
No, you're
You're
But
fine.
absolutely right.
I don't care if you're from here, there, or Africa, or it doesn't matter. We're not asked to be born in a certain country. We're not asked to be born a certain color. We're not born to be hatred, but to have hate. We're taught. But I've been through the worst in my life, and I thought that was it. But God puts you through things to bring you through things that's going to be in the future so you can get through it. And I came to realize you don't have to get on your knees to go to church. God is in each and every one of us. I don't care if you are the hated person. God loves us all. So let's all just love one another as God wants us to be loved.
Agree.
Excuse me, but
Amen.
people kill people, but everyone has a agenda. No one knows someone's story. No one knows someone's heart. No one sits down to talk and listen. So fast to judge. And it's just not right. Because you know what? At the end, we have to answer to just one person. And that's God whom has made us. We are all spiritual because God is our Father. So we all are spiritual. And some of us don't even know how spiritual we are. And you don't have to kill to make you powerful. You don't have to belittle someone to make you feel better about yourself. It's just about, we are all one under God. It doesn't matter, Africa, United States. I mean, it's material. It's like a material thing. It's a material country. We are all human. I can be born any place. I love
Stevie, I think
people
that's what
for
Stevie. I
people.
I appreciate the emotion, and I 100% recognize your what you're preaching for, because trust me, I do too. But I think that
I'm not preaching.
having
I'm not preaching.
sure, sorry, maybe preaching is the wrong word,
No,
but
yeah, no, that's fine. But I just wanted to say real quick, I'm not preaching at all. Everyone has their own right to their own opinion, their own religion, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, this is how I'm feeling right now. Like, if God's coming through me to release a message of love, I don't even know why they have the word hate, why they have the word of
right. So,
anything.
but
I don't
yeah,
even
like
believe in the Bible because
I think that when like you have to beg for humanity and beg to be seen as people, I think yeah, I would be emotional too. I am emotional usually. Being like, from the region where Lena's from, I'm Lebanese and my mother's Palestinian. We have to beg for our humanity, so I understand your tears greatly. Trust me, I get it. I recognize
and
that
I
having to.
don't beg. I mean,
And
my
how do you feel
ancestors.
about this situation, Eva?
How do I feel? I feel like people are tired of asking.
No, my ancestors from Africa were hanged by white men or whatever. I do not judge no one for nothing. We are all human. I love everyone. Whether you're wrong, right, black, white, I don't care. If you know me, I will love you for you. Not for what you've done, not for what you
Post.
stand for. And with this being said, I pray and I bless each and every one of you because we are all connectedly related through God, whether we like it or not. And I love each and every one of you, no matter what you say.
We love you too.
We love
And
you
thank you.
too.
Thank you for letting me come on. Just
Thank you for coming on.
it's express myself because there's just so much hate, and I don't, I'm
There
a
really is.
person of color, and people look at me like they look like all black people are rude, or ignorant because of my skin color. My skin color doesn't make me. My heart and soul makes me. I wasn't choose to be born this color, but I am this color. But I am choosing to be loved and to love people for who they are. I don't judge because I'm not God. We all make mistakes in different ways, and everyone has a story behind what they do. Even if they're taught to do it as they're growing up, it's not their
Right.
fault. It's not their
Right. I agree
fault.
with you. I totally agree with you.
That's why we go to school to be taught. We go to school to be taught. People say only pray on Sunday, go to church, get on your knees. God does not see that. God does not see a church. Will you let the poor in the church to live and feed the starving children? No.
Speaking of starving children, did you guys know about the blockade that's about to happen? No water and food into Gaza.
Oh,
2 million people.
I have
Did you
heard
read
of
the last
it.
bit
That's
on that?
That would
crazy.
happen, Hiba?
I have heard of it, but you know what? Whatever God has planned will happen.
Okay, yeah,
Whatever
sure.
He has planned. I always say I'm scared to
That's right.
fly.
Yeah,
Whatever
sure,
God
but
has
it's not
planned
God
will
planning this.
happen.
It's the Israeli
I'm
government,
scared to fly.
initiating it.
That's
Eva, can you
100% right. You are
can you
right.
elaborate? Can you elaborate on that, Eva?
Yeah, my name is pronounced Hiba, but yeah, it is the no worries, hon. It's okay. Israeli government is blockading Gaza, meaning no food or water into
And I'm glad that
What about
everyone's not
Egypt? Why don't
yelling
you
at
get it
each
from Egypt,
other.
Hiba?
Oh
Why
my
don't you get it
God.
from Misraim? Why not?
Oh no, they're not. They don't let us. They don't give us anything.
Who doesn't? The Egyptians?
No, Israel.
Oh, but there's another border to Gaza called the Egyptian
Why do the
border.
Egyptians don't owe us
Which is
anything?
blocked off.
But
Egyptians don't owe
Egyptians
us
have
anything.
resources.
But
What
Egyptians don't owe us
happened?
anything. Egyptians don't owe us
Oh, so
anything.
why?
Because we're
Did you
not
not hear
Egyptian.
the news and what the
Oh, but
Wait.
she's
Egyptian?
not
She knows
Egyptian,
she's
so you're
not
not
dumb. She's not
Israeli
dumb.
either.
She's not dumb.
But you're
Egyptians
not
don't owe us
Israeli either.
anything.
Yeah, but
We're Palestinian. That's our land. We're Palestinian. That's our land.
medical attention from
It's
Israel, even though you're not
Palestinian. It's
Israeli,
our
right?
land. It's Palestinian.
But then
It's
you went and
Palestinian
murdered
land,
almost
babe. It's
1,000
Palestinian
people,
land.
and then all of a
It's
sudden it's like,
Palestinian land.
oh my gosh, we need our resources.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What
you
happens
asked a
when? How about when you
question.
guys, murder us and then cream and scream, like
Nura,
scream and
you ask
cry,
a question,
victim.
she
No, you
replies.
cannot.
So
You sitting here telling me that what happened this weekend is because of anything that has happened in
It's
the last
because of the last
75
75
years?
years. It's because
You
of
yes,
it's
are
and
exactly what has
justifying.
happened for the last
You're
yes, and
75
Can
years.
I
justifying
just
what brings you to the future.
comment
This
one
was
more?
more than Israelis. This was the children. This was international people. You cannot stand by this, Hiba. You know better.
Can I come in
Oh
for a
no, what do I
second?
know
treat
better?
her
What do
like
you
you're
know
her
about me? You don't know
parent,
anything
Nura.
about me. You
You
don't know
know
anything
better.
about
You
me.
know better.
You don't
You're
know
sitting
anything
here
about me.
talking to
You
me
don't know anything
coherently,
about me.
which
You don't
gives
know
me
You try
purpose.
to
anything
act
about
like
me.
Which gives me
everyone,
purpose.
no
You
one
can
can
speak
get
You don't know
through to
anything about
anyone.
me.
and you should know
Everyone's
that this
arguing.
All I
Why?
know, all I know,
is going to
all I
bring the
Why?
know.
Palestinians.
All
You
right,
think
Why are
this
you
so,
blockade is
arguing,
bad?
going back and
You think
forth?
this
It's not going to
blockade is bad?
change what's going to
bro,
happen.
can you
It's
drop this
not
woman,
going to
please, please,
change.
please,
If
Adam,
we are all going to die
Adam,
tomorrow by you going back and
for
forth,
the love of God,
arguing,
please,
it's not
please.
Exactly. It
going
needs to
to
stop. The
change.
terrorism needs to stop. You
Right.
can't
Oh, so
stand
are you
Yeah,
calling
behind
me
so
a
this.
tell
terrorist?
that
That's
to
crazy.
You
Israel.
Tell that
can't
to
stand
Israel.
behind this.
Yeah,
Tell
This
tell
him to
that
has
to
stop, babe.
Israel.
nothing to do with
Hey,
anything at
all
this
right.
point.
So
The crimes that
let's do.
happen have nothing to do with anything. They are unjustifiable.
It's
The
everything is in
Bible
God's
is
Why don't
hands.
you open
forgiving.
your own debate?
Everything,
We just let
everything,
it?
TV,
Mediator here.
TV, everything is in God's hands. You are
Yes,
1,000% right.
yes,
Everything is in God's
yes.
hands. We need to
Right,
And
right,
turn
but
to
God isn't
God
controlling.
and give it to
God
God.
isn't controlling. God isn't controlling. The blockade on Gaza. That's Israel, right? So let's
God
talk about that.
controls
So all of a
everything.
sudden, God isn't in
God
control. So
controls,
you,
not to cut you
Your
God's
God
off.
is. That's fine.
creation,
Your
needs
God
to
is.
take
That's
things
fine. You
into
could
your
take
own
that. You
hands
can take
and go
that.
blow things
And if
up,
your
right?
God,
Because
if you
God
want to believe
obviously
your
doesn't
God
know
is
what he's
evil and
doing,
does
right,
that,
Hiba?
that's fine.
Hiba,
Nuda, if
yeah,
your
so
God is
God, so you're
evil,
telling me
Nuda, if
that
your
what's
God is
happening
evil,
is
that's
not
fine.
part
You
of
can
God's
have
plan.
that.
And
You could sleep on
obviously,
that.
your
Nuda,
almighty Allah
Nuda,
doesn't know what he's doing.
Nuda,
That's what
Heba,
you just
Nuda,
told
Heba,
me.
Nuda.
You
Heba.
just
If
told
your
me that
God,
the
حبيبتي
things
one
that are
second, Mama.
happening are not
Nuda,
Allah's plan. So Allah's
Nuda, if
obviously
your
not in
God,
control. You just
Nuda,
said
if
Why
your
something
God
are
is
you
evil,
contradictory.
that's
hating each
fine.
other?
Nuda, like
Why
I
are
said,
you
if your God
hating
is
each
evil,
other?
bro, can you please
Why
drop
So
are
this
you
woman?
hating each
Adam, please
other?
drop this woman, please, for the love of God, please drop her.
No,
Why are you
God is in
hating?
control, and
yeah,
we need to work together against
give me 1 second,
terrorism.
guys.
That is
We
the
need to
bottom
work
line.
together as one
Why
nation
is
under
it working
God.
together
TV,
now and
exactly.
not
We need
in
to
the
work
prior
together as
events?
one against terrorism. She is trying to stand behind the atrocities.
I'm
There's
not
been
standing behind
German
anything. You
people,
haven't even
French
heard my
people,
I
stance.
think
You haven't even heard my
any
Chinese people,
stance.
whatever, that
human
have
You
been
knows
don't know who I
murdered
am. You don't
right
know
in
who I am,
Israel.
babes.
And you're telling me that
You
You
don't know
are
who
a
I
Palestinian
am.
child
I
of
don't
riders
care what
God.
I'm
and
telling you.
Lena just went
You,
to a protest for Palestinian
yes,
rights
yep, and
after
I'm
what
going to one
happened this
tomorrow, and
weekend.
I'm going to
It
be at
has
one
gone too
tomorrow,
far.
and I'm going
Heba,
to be
you
at
know
one
better.
tomorrow,
You
babe.
should,
I'm going to be at one
you
tomorrow.
should,
I do
you
know
know
better.
better.
I do know better. I do know better. I'm not my
But
ancestors. I'm not my
can I
ancestors. I'm
say
going to fight
something,
It's
back.
not
please?
going to
I'm
do
not my
Can I say
anything with the
ancestors.
something?
I'm going to
Palestinians.
fight
You
back,
know
babe.
that.
so
This is
guys,
Can
only going to make
can
things
I
worse
say
for the
something, please?
Palestinians.
Guys, so I'm just real quick, don't mean to cut everybody off. So yeah, so we're kind of getting off topic with certain things, so we want to try to get back on topic with it. I know Hiba was making a good point. I hope I said your name right. Sorry, there's been so much going on.
No, perfect. You pronounced it perfectly. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I know she was saying something, and I know her and Nora were talking to each other. So I want to kind of, when people are going, let's try not to interrupt them, talk over anybody. Everybody will get a chance to talk, but let's try to be respectful, give everybody their chance. So.
Heba, I have a question for you. What do you think of a one-state solution?
I'm pro one state solution. The two-state solution doesn't work. If the two-state solution is realistically a three-state solution, if you include West Bank and Gaza, it doesn't work. I'm very pro one-state solution. I'm very pro non-sectarian, secular, democratically elected government.
Okay, but you know it's going to become an Islamic country. You know that.
If that's what the people want to vote for, that's fine.
It's going to become a majority because Muslims are already a majority in the world.
If that's what the people in the world, that's not in the world. We're not majority in the world. You're in America, babe. You're in America. What are you worried about what's going on over there?
And you expect them to agree.
You're in America. Who cares with what they vote for over there?
Why didn't Jordan become part of that state? Why didn't Southern Syria become part of that state? Why do we have to
monologue? Are you gonna ask me a question and then monologue? I'm confused.
It's not. You're the
Are you gonna ask me a question and then monologue?
Because you
So you
want to
either
take
ignore,
control
like,
of the
you just talk
Jews
over her
Yeah.
until she
and
stops
not
Sorry,
talking.
do
host.
anything
Listen,
for
I
the
know you.
world. What has
Host.
Palestine done?
Listen, host.
Palestine hasn't done anything
Babe,
except
neither
to
did
try to
you. Neither did
destroy
you.
Israel for
Neither
the
did
last
you. Neither did
75
you.
years.
Neither
Even
did
with
you.
all of the
Neither did
funds
you.
that,
Neither
even
did
with
you or
all of
your
the
people,
funds
babe. Neither
that
did you or your
Palestine is
people.
Right,
getting,
guys, we're kind of
even with
getting
all of the
You
funds
know,
kind
that
of getting away from
Palestine is
Nora
this.
getting,
doesn't know
they're
how to
not
have a
using it for
conversation.
their
She asks me
citizens.
questions and then
They're using it
talks.
for destruction.
Host.
They should be using it to better their country, and
Noura,
they
Nora,
haven't
this is
been.
a debate and
Because
people are allowed
Hamas
to
is
Nora,
a
speak.
If she
terrorist group
wants.
and
Okay,
Nora,
doesn't
that's fine.
care about the Palestinian people,
Noura,
and you
Okay.
know that.
Nora.
breathe. You forgot to breathe.
Yeah,
Breathe.
just
Go drink some water,
slow down a
please.
little bit. Nora, I mean, with all due respect, just slow down a little bit. You kind of are going a little bit fast. So, like, kind of, let other people as well get in and be able to answer
Well,
you.
can I just say one thing real quick? When I
Mhm.
was talking, I just noticed that no one was arguing and going over
Oh, girl,
because
you were. I'm sorry, respectfully, you were crying and talking about God. That's why we didn't want to interrupt you because we felt bad.
The topic is on.
no. But I mean, everyone's like arguing, going back and forth, and
Yeah,
not
because
getting
it's
nowhere.
not argument. It's not argument when you have to beg for humanity and human
Families
rights.
are
It's not an
dying.
argument.
I agree.
It's
I totally agree with
families
that.
are
30,
dying.
what was it? 74 kids have died within the last 24 hours, and you wanted to sit here
You
and
know,
talk about God's plan? I'm sorry, respectfully.
no,
If that's
in
what you believe in,
Africa,
that's
in
fine.
Africa, in Africa,
Why are you
people
talking about
died. There's
Africa? Why are you talking about Africa? We're talking about Palestine and Israel right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now, the
people are
conversation
people.
is
It doesn't
so.
matter where you're from. People
Stevie,
are people. We are
Stevie's in
all
there.
God's children. Why
So,
are you saying?
so I do get it. So, like, right
I'm
now
trying to get your TV.
we're talking about the Israeli and Palestinian conflict. We completely get the God's children thing, but like I said earlier, we're gonna try to leave religion
Sorry.
out of it as much as possible, if possible.
I really
So it's okay
appreciate
for
the
children to
TV.
die in certain countries. It's okay,
No,
but
That's
no,
what
no
not
we,
under.
one's saying it's okay. Where you're just straying from the topic of what is, you know.
But what I no,
I get what you're saying, though. I
I
get what you're
respect that.
saying.
It
No,
feels
I
like you're kind of
respect.
taking away from it a
No,
little bit in a sense.
I respect what you're saying. I totally respect what you're saying, all of you. I do. I just came across this and I was listening and I just felt that I just needed to say what I said, whether it's towards it or not towards it. I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, no,
And
you're
I
good,
didn't,
and everybody definitely heard you.
Yeah,
I do not
yeah,
mean
we
to
heard
step
you.
on anyone's toes.
No, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I know you're
we appreciate you
generalizing
coming in.
with
And,
everyone, but you do have a point, and you're
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cross anyone or, disrespect anyone because I I just came in. So I don't watch the news, so I don't know what's going on. So that's why.
yeah, respectfully, I just tell you if you're going to talk about this topic specifically, you need to know what's going on in order to comment on it, right? It's not as easy as
Or
God loves us all and now move on.
Okay.
yeah, or be asking the questions if you're not informed.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to go. But just before I go, I just want to say no matter what, I might not know you personally, but spiritually we connected and I love each and every one of you. And I wish the best for you and all your families.
You too,
May
CB.
God
Same
bless.
to you, Hope.
May
Same
God
to you.
bless. God
God bless you
bless.
too. God bless you too.
God bless you as well.
Aw, you're so nice.
You know, I'm actually proud of you, Noura. You stayed silent the whole entire time.
Well, yeah, because
I'm a very respectful, amazing
you're
person.
not
That
respectful.
was the
I
first.
don't know about respectful, but
Anna, I'm a sweetheart, please. Listen, you may not agree with
Yo,
me
you're
because
just like
you
the
have the
self-titled
sweet-throated
moral
views,
army. You
but
know, you
exactly.
it
self-title
doesn't make
yourself
me a bad
just
person.
because you
I'm
give
very
yourself a title.
respectful. I
Just
haven't
because
said
you give
any
yourself a
opinion.
You need
I
you give
somebody
haven't
to
yourself
said
take
a
over
any of
by
title,
the
that
that,
doesn't
people.
mean
and you
anything.
just keep talking over me. And I'm
Yeah,
a just,
honey,
Honey, that's
honey.
been
I'm
you
a
for the
very
past
respectful
hour.
person.
For the past hour, you've been talking about in
If
front
you,
of
you know, you're,
everybody.
doesn't that
Okay,
remind
go
y'all of
ahead. Go
something
ahead.
for the
What do you want to say? Go
pro-Palestinians in
ahead.
here? You
Go
know, the
ahead.
Israel.
self-titled moral army. You know, she self-titled
IDF, I
herself as
told her
sweet and
from the beginning she
respectful.
should change her name
You
to
I am
know,
IDF.
very sweet. I'm very, very,
yeah,
very
you're a
sweet. I'm
self-titled one, and
Compliment
that's
cute.
yourself.
fine.
Doesn't that sound like a narcissist by any
Right.
Mm.
chance?
Most
What?
moral
Because I
army,
know my
right?
self-worth, all of a sudden I'm a narcissist? No, I'm a
Oh,
No, honey,
now
respectful,
it's
because you
about
sweet,
keep
nice,
talking shit.
cute
self-worth.
person.
No, you can't. You're not going to put me down. I know what you guys
You've been
do.
putting
You guys
everyone
get together
down
and you
since
bond over
we've been
hatred,
in
and
Girl,
then
you
it
called me a
just succumbs
terrorist
to that.
twice. Girl, you called me a
No.
terrorist twice.
You
Don't sit
did.
here and act
I
moral than
didn't call you
now.
a terrorist. I
Yes,
never
you
called
did.
you a
Literally,
terrorist. I
Lamar
said you're a
literally just
terrorist
agreed.
supporter if you
Lamar
back what
literally just
happened
heard
Yeah, I
in
that.
agree
Palestine.
with Heba.
I never
Lamar
called you a
literally heard
terrorist.
it.
You're
People
putting
are
words in
here.
my mouth. I
You did
never
call me a
said that.
terrorist.
I
You
said
did
if
call
you
me a
I mean,
support
this
what
is
terrorist.
not
happened this
Israel. You can't
weekend,
just hide
then
things
you're a
that
terrorist
actually happen in
supporter.
front of
Oh
You
my
do
God.
not
audience.
put words in my mouth because I never said that.
You did.
No, I did
She
not.
didn't.
Yeah.
She did not
Does that
call
make you
you
sleep
a
at night?
terrorist.
I did not call you a terrorist. I said if you
Okay.
support what happened this weekend, then you're a terrorist supporter. Unless you're in Hamas, then yes, you are a terrorist.
What
But
is
if you
Hamas? What is
support,
Hamas? What?
you
How?
tell
What is it
me
like to be in
the party
Hamas?
that that the Palestinians
Wait,
elected. Please listen.
Hima, that's a great question. What is Hamas? Could you explain it for us, please?
What is it
Yeah,
like
that is
to
a
be in
great
Hamas?
question.
No, go
What
ahead,
is
Nora. I
Hamas?
Great
asked you.
question.
Hiba,
Nora,
Great
I'm
I asked
question.
you. Go
Hiba's
ahead, tell
really
us.
smart. What is
No,
Hamas?
it's
No,
okay.
Nora,
Because
I
if you
asked
want, if
you.
you
I'm
want
gonna
to
mute
ask, if
myself.
you
I
want to
want
ask these
Hiba to
types of
tell us. I
questions,
want Hiba to
you
tell
want
us
to know the
what
answer?
No,
makes
I
you
asked
stand with
Nora.
Hamas.
Israel.
I asked
Go ahead.
Nora.
I'll
Don't
mute
switch the
myself.
conversation. No, Nora, go ahead. I asked you. You said, what
Hamas
if
is
you're
a
in
terrorist
Hamas?
organization.
Right.
If you need it summed up, that's it
What
summed
is
up.
what is it called?
Recognized in
What is
not
Yeah,
what
just
is
that's
by
my
Israel,
Hamas?
answer.
internationally recognized, like
Yeah.
ISIS, like Hezbollah.
It's not
Hamas
ISIS.
falls into the same category,
Israel,
and
like
this is what you're
IDF.
Like
standing
Israel, like
behind.
the
How
idea,
about
right?
you
Like
need
American
to
military.
start? I know you've been passionately standing behind this moo point that you have, but it's time to change your mind. It's time to
Spell
learn
moot.
this.
Spell moot. Allahu Akbar. Shift Allah. Oh, thank God for that phone call. Anyways, moving on.
You don't have
Let's
anything
talk about
far
let's
to
talk
say. You
about
don't have
Gaza.
anything to contribute, and
No,
that's why
I
you
have
keep
been
Nura, you've
contributing.
been
Maybe if you
going.
ask me a question and
That's
let
why
me
you keep
answer.
trying to insult
Okay,
me.
You've
wait,
asked
wait,
me
wait. I want to ask you.
questions.
So I want to ask you a question. What do you define Hamas as? What's
Hamas
your
is
definition?
it's a governmental entity that the people of Gaza voted for.
Hamas
Oh,
is an
it's a
internationally recognized
governmental
terrorist group,
entity
ma'am.
that
Yes, is it not
that
a
that
government?
that rapes and
Is it not a
kidnaps
government?
and kills
Where have they
civilians.
raped?
Freaking
Where have they
women.
raped?
Honestly,
Where
just
have they
do it. I
raped?
expected you to come back
Where have they
more
raped? It's
Where
educated.
have
in
they
the
raped?
streets.
Where?
Do you not have
She's
social
gonna
media
go
at
I
all?
do
off, and
have
there's
social
no
media.
point having a
Where?
conversation
Where?
Do
with
you want me
her.
to send you a video? I could send you a video.
No, I don't care about
Just do
videos.
it.
Show me proof.
They're
Show me
selling
records.
them
Show me
on
the
the
red
What do you
Amazon.
crescents.
call
Hiba, I've
video?
been asking him to
Crazy
send me
thing
this
like
damn
that.
video for the past hour.
Is
And
it
he
the
hasn't.
video that the ISIS that was in Syria that people said that it was like Palestine like 5 years ago? I know which one you're talking about. That's not a video from Palestine. So
What?
moving
What?
on.
I'm not talking about that. Where? I don't know
Yeah,
what you're
show me
talking
videos
about.
where Hamas men were raping women. Go ahead.
Okay, give
Oh
me a
my gosh.
minute.
Go ahead, send them to her. There's plenty. She
Go ahead,
can spend
please.
all day watching them.
Please.
Nura.com. Please. Please do.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch them. I'm not sick like that. But I mean, by all
So
means,
how do
there's
you know they
plenty of
exist
them. You
then?
can go to
Do they
X-ray
exist
or
or not?
Russia if you want
If
to.
you watch them, did you watch
Videos,
them?
It's
and
happening,
they
and it's
exist.
sick, and it's happening at the hands of Hamas, who is doing it in the name of Islam and doing it in the name of Palestine. And you, as a sensible person, need to stand
You
up
don't know
against
anything about
that.
me.
Okay, so you're not sensible. Fine.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
You
what
already
you're
called me
telling me?
dumb earlier,
Then
so
why
like
are
I
you
don't
up
care.
here?
I
If
don't
you're not
care.
sensible,
I'm
what are
here to
you
have a
doing?
conversation. I'm here to have a conversation and
Okay,
prove
Okay,
your
it doesn't
then
sound.
lies.
other
No, you're
people have
not.
conversations
You're
and you
here to
Yes, I
argue any
am.
other
point that's
people.
made.
No, I'm not. I'm here
You don't. You
to
don't have
stand my
any
ground.
sort. You don't have any
She
sort of
doesn't
open
because she
mind.
can't stand behind the atrocities and she
Unbiased,
can't admit she was
unbiased
wrong. That's
unbiased has
what's
stayed true to
happening.
his point and yet has an open mind. All you've
Who?
done is argue.
I haven't argued. I've pushed back. I'm allowed to push back and with
I mean,
terrorists.
that's the point of a conversation. I think she's just been refuting back.
No,
You
they
guys are
just
like,
want her to stay silent, like what they've been doing to Palestinians for the past how many years again? Hiba?
75 years and
Thank you.
123 to be,
Wow.
since when
Fact,
people started
finally.
coming.
Someone told the truth for the past hour. Thank God.
Yeah,
Why
it's
are
so
Palestinians going in and out of Israel every every day to work then? Why?
Because you don't allow for their you don't allow for
You know that the Palestinians have the
because
highest
Israel
unemployment rate?
Poses its
Did you know
borders
that?
Israel. Well,
like
how are you
animals
gonna
like
ask me
Egypt
a
and
question
Jordan
and
do?
then fucking continue talking?
Jordan has
Yo,
the biggest Palestinian
Because she
wait,
refugee
doesn't
can you
want a
drop me? Wait,
conversation,
wait,
Hiba.
host,
and
one
you're
second,
gonna tell me
host,
that
host,
Israel
stop
is
for a
your
second.
no, you're
Host, can you
pointing the
drop me
fingers
and
at
bring
the
me
wrong
back,
people.
please?
And at this point, it doesn't
Stop
even
for a
matter if it's
second.
Jordan's
Can you stop
problem,
for shut up
Britain's
for a
problem,
second? Let me talk to the
Zimbabwe's
host.
problem. What happened this
Shut
weekend
up, bro.
is
Shut
not just a
up. Shut up.
What was
Host,
that?
can you drop me and bring me back up, please? Because I
Yeah.
got a violation warning.
Yeah, you did, and also just do it. Same thing. You got one as well.
Can you just drop me and bring me back up, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. What? I didn't curse.
I don't know. it's I don't know.
And can people just report for anything?
Yeah, like it'll literally, like, any little thing can be reported, and it's weird. It sends me a notification.
If I do,
When I get the
if I
notifications, I will make sure I tell you guys, because like
thank
certain
you.
words will trigger it, and then like profanity sometimes triggers it, and
If I do
so
get bananaed, if I do get banned, I don't know if you say bananaed, but we say bananaed so not to trigger the algorithm. But if I do get bananaed, I have another account. It's like Habuba. It's the same profile picture. I'll come back up if I do get banned.
We got that many people watching you.
What was that?
That's watching.
do what?
I think this is watching. Those people 2.1.
Yes, but each one who's behind them, they got 44 watching
I
them.
don't think she knows she's unmuted. Jenny, honey, you're not muted.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I was wondering what was going on. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's okay. I think she was explaining like lives to someone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah.
well, anyway, what happened this weekend is
I actually want to hear what Hiba has to say. Actually, I'm very intrigued in what Hiba has to say.
Yeah,
Thank you.
go ahead, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was asked a question when I initially came up by Unbiased, and I think that was a great question. It asked me, what do I support? Was it the 2-state or the 1-state? I support the 1-state solution. I think the easiest way to get through all of this is to, give us equal rights and I think that's the easiest way, give us equal rights, and then people will drop their weapons. And there would be no more violence, right? No one having to beg for human rights or equality.
Because Jews haven't been massacred in Arab states for the last how many years?
Go deal with that with the Arab states. Go deal with that in the Arab states.
You're acting like we've been living in La La Land, Hiba.
You have.
You have, Noura. You've lived in La La Land.
I'm so confused. I'm
actually really intrigued in what Hiba has to say.
Right. I think I was saying something.
Yeah, I actually really liked what you said, Hiba. Can you continue?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Lamar. Is it Lamar?
Yeah, it's Lamar.
This is the kind of bonding over hate I'm talking about. I grew up.
What hate are you talking about?
You guys talk about how much you hate Israel and all of these lies, and you guys all decided to.
No one
I grew up around this.
Guys, in the comments, can you please tell me if we said that we hated Israel?
I literally asked her if she pronounced her name, if I pronounced her name correctly, and now that's hatred. That's bonding over hatred because I asked if I pronounced her name correctly.
I didn't know my name meant I hate Israel.
Right, I guess it does. That's crazy.
How many times are we going to go off topic? I'm just curious.
I thought that my name meant...
maybe the person you're coming up here to defend, maybe not have her go down.
Maybe educate her that the proper English...
I'm not here to defend anybody except for Israel. I'm not defending nobody. But Hiba, I want to... I don't know if... Hiba, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to ask you a question, because me and Unbiased actually spoke about this earlier. You believe that if the 1-state solution happened, there wouldn't be any more violence?
Nope.
So you think, and again, I'm asking a question, I'm not trying to come at you, but Unbiased said before that there would be a lot of people who would be very unhappy and not get behind it and, try and fight it.
Right, because I think once you prove to them that you're actually for equality and not to fuck it up for them the way that Israel has kind of put what is it called, cat toys in front of Palestinians before. I think once you prove that you're actually for equality, reparations are made, then of course we can move on.
Right. Okay. So I could agree with that, but the part that I can't see past, I guess I'll say, is that I don't believe that. Hamas and all these other organizations, I don't believe that their main goal is really
Hamas and all these other organizations.
Nora, you have an echo.
Is it good now?
Yeah, so to respond to you, Hamas is a non-factor. Hamas was started in 87, I believe. What was your excuse before then?
Excuse for what?
To continue, treating Palestinians.
To steal the land.
You cut out in here. So to continue what?
So to continue treating Palestinians this way. What was the excuse before that?
You have to give me a little more information than just this way.
Because Hamas, Hamas, was created under, by Israel in 1987. So, Before that, what was the excuse for treating Palestinians horribly? You didn't have Hamas to blame it on.
I don't know. Like, can you give me an
I really
example or
recommend
something that I could
you should
rebuttal?
research about this and then come and debate it.
I'm not here to argue the history. I'm here to argue that what happened 2 days
Well,
ago
you can't talk about
is not justifiable in any way, shape, or form, regardless of history, regardless of past. That's what I'm here to argue. I'm not here to talk about history. I'm here to
So
talk
you're
about what
saying
happened
the
2 days
past
ago,
doesn't make
because
the
at the end of the
future.
day,
You're on the same
that is what
argument.
brought up all of this. Is it or is it not?
What was that?
What?
What happened 2 days ago is the reasoning for this discussion.
No, so what happened
and everything
75
that
so what
has
happened
been said
to
over.
answer you, what happened 75 years ago is the reason for all of this.
What, when Israel became a Jewish state? When Israel won the
Why
war
are you
to
sending
keep the
gifts to
land?
Nora?
Which
That's
part?
crazy.
When Israel didn't give Palestinians rights and
When
cut off
Israel
their
was established as a
electricity.
country, when the Haganah and the Irgun were terrorizing Jewish refugees, Palestinians
Well,
alike.
you
Crazy echo right
but
now. And it's not just
if
75.
a Palestinian person wanted to go into Jerusalem or into Israel or most parts of Israel, they could go. They might have to go through more security checks because in the past there's been suicide bombers, there's been stabbings, there's been shootings. So yeah, the security checkpoints validated.
Yeah, every 20
But
feet there's a security checkpoint as necessary, every 20 feet.
Wanted to walk, if a Jew wanted to walk into Gaza or somewhere else,
just do it. Have you ever been to Israel?
Wait,
Have
why
you ever
is
been
it
to Israel?
Have I been to Israel? Yeah, I've been to Israel.
You have? Where?
Jerusalem,
Another
Tel
line,
Aviv.
right? Another Tel Aviv is the typical one. Where? Where in Tel Aviv?
What do you mean where?
Where? Where have you been?
The exact cities?
Yeah.
Well, Tel
Have you
Aviv
been
is
to
the
the West
city, so
Bank?
I'm not really sure. I have been to the West Bank. I
Okay,
had
so
to
were you
go with
murdered?
armored with protection and security.
Were
and
you
got
murdered? Were you massacred?
soldiers.
Were you mutilated?
If I didn't have the two soldiers
What
with
were
me,
you
yeah,
doing?
very
What were you doing
possibly.
in the West Bank you needed protection?
I don't know. I was on a bar mitzvah and we were touring.
Touring where? Did you
I
go
was
to
also at this point in time I was about 14 years old. So honestly, I don't fully remember everything.
And you needed two
So
security.
he was probably, he probably went to Nablus.
Yeah, but the Muslims that go in and out of
Nora has
Palestine,
a crazy ass echo. Can somebody?
Someone has an echo. Someone has an echo.
they don't need any protection. But if you go to
Yeah. What was the city? Is it Nablus? Or Hebron? I think it's Nablus. Where the one where the settlers are going and invading.
It's Nablus, where the the one where the
have
settlers are going
an echo.
I'm gonna mute myself in case it's.
But you have an echo.
Someone's mic is echoing.
It's Nora.
Yes, it is. But she keeps insisting to turn it back on.
I've been to Hebron. I think I've been to Nebulous. I don't remember exactly.
And
It's not my freaking microphone.
It is your mic.
It is your mic, please.
Okay,
Even
anyways.
this, she's stubborn about it. Holy.
Goddamn. Bro, okay. Just do it. I'm so confused. So you were in multiple times in the West Bank, or was that all one-time trip?
I believe it was once.
And you needed armed security with you to the entire trip?
Yes. Through that part, yes.
At 14 years old?
Well, because it's security precautions. Is it possible that now I'm 24?
How many years ago was that?
That's 10 years ago.
10 years ago. So is it possible that if we went without it, nothing would have happened? Sure.
Yes, very possible. Because the only people, I can answer you, the only people restricting Jews from entering, West Bank and Gaza is the Israeli government. I can show you signs that say, don't enter Jews. It's under a high risk, right? It's not the Gazawis or it's not the people in the West Bank refusing entry to Palestinians.
No, and again,
Jews,
I don't think it's the people, but I do believe that it's Hamas, and in my opinion, Hamas is a
Hamas
terrorist
isn't in the West.
organization.
Hamas is okay. So Hamas is in the
Again,
West
I'm
Bank.
just saying Hamas as a general.
Hamas
But
is
you
in the West
see,
Bank.
just do it.
There's
This is
extremists
not
everywhere.
about your
There's
opinion.
extremists
Just do
everywhere.
it. This is not
Hamas
about
is in the
your
West Bank?
opinion. We're
Question
talking
The
mark.
about
same way that you're giving your opinion, whether you want to call it your
this is
opinion
not
or
opinions.
you
We're
want to
giving
Is
call it.
facts.
Hamas in the
Okay,
There's
West
no
you
Bank?
want to
Hamas
say it's
in
a
West
fact, but
Bank.
at the end of the day, it's your opinion.
There is
It might be a
Hamas
fact
is
to
not in
you.
the West Bank.
I'm what?
Okay,
I'm
again,
what?
I'm not
What
saying
am I?
Hamas as in Hamas. I'm just saying in general,
Then
extremists.
Just
then
do
don't
it.
label Hamas.
Okay, I'm
What
sorry.
am I?
I didn't mean
What
it
am
like
I?
that.
What am I? You said?
I didn't say you're anything. I said that you're taking
I'm
your
Jordanian?
opinions and you might believe it's a fact, but it's an opinion.
You call
The
her
same way I'm
Jordanian?
giving my opinion.
Yeah, you called me Jordanian, correct?
No.
Okay.
Jordanian did not come out of my mouth. No, I did not say that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
No, yeah,
Hey,
I'm not.
there's host.
I'm not here
Sorry,
to
host.
actually
There's a
argue.
Christian. There's a Palestinian Christian. His name is Rani Khoury. If you can bring him up, he can tell you all about how much we oppressed him over there.
Let me see if he's in here.
He's from Bethlehem.
I don't see him
I
in.
see him in the comments. Rani Khoury, Khoury. He has a snake emoji next to his name.
In
Okay, guys,
Christmas, the Muslims
I have.
defend and stand by the Christians.
Oh shoot! I just thought.
I want to say one thing though before we continue. Well, first, I didn't call you Jordanian. I wouldn't do that. And if you think I did, I'm sorry. First.
No worries.
Second is I'm not here to I believe that everyone here speaking in the comments and everything has their point of view and they're here to argue that. But also at the end of the day, it's your opinion.
So what I talk on is facts. I could have my opinions thrown in with the mix, like sprinkle on top. But yeah, I don't. Everything I speak, you can fact check me.
So I have a question. What's the argument that's being made about right now?
I don't fucking know. Apparently, me asking Lamar how her name is pronounced was us, us. What is it? What'd she say? We were.
We hate Israel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lamar is a beautiful name.
Thank you.
It is gorgeous.
I don't agree with that. It's hating Israel, but I think she was trying to basically just say, since you both have the same beliefs, you're very, nice, easygoing to one another compared to if someone else has an opposite belief.
Just do it.
No,
I have a lot of Jewish friends, and they respect me, and I respect them.
No, for sure.
All
Again,
right?
But
the way she
just
do it. I'm sorry. Can I just continue? Because I don't like to be labeled that we're just being biased to one another.
Sure.
But the way she was speaking to us, demonizing unbiased, she said that, oh, because I'm a woman. Whenever we argue with her, there's always a counter argument that she's claiming. No, I'm not going to be nice to her. I'm only nice to the people that deserve to be nice to.
No, I wasn't trying to say you have to be nice or like that. I was trying to say what I think she was trying to say.
Okay, so what is your take on the Tuesday on peace? Just do it.
I think that if the one state was possible where it would be one state of, Palestine and Israel together, but you take out Hamas and the extremists, 100%, I think peace is very attainable.
Are you willing to take out the IDF?
I think taking out the IDF would be wrong, considering in along the lines of I think the IDF would be there to protect everyone as a whole.
How are they going to protect the same people they're terrorizing?
But the IDF is there to protect their people. So if it became one state, they would then be considered their people. The only reason the IDF fights them is because they fight us. At the end of the day,
we can do this, sorry, respectfully, we can do this. Oh, we're fighting back, the defense offense position, but Israel will always be in the wrong because Israel came to the land and, 76 years ago, 132 years ago.
But how
Can I answer?
You're misunderstanding it.
So how far back you want to go? That's fine on who hit who first. But the first person, so it's we usually call it the IOF, the Israeli Offensive Forces. And it's just because that Israel, 75 years of occupation, y'all. Let me tell y'all the life of a Ghazawi, right? I'll give y'all like the life of a Ghazawi woman, right? So like you have kids, you raise them, you're married to a man, you know, your man has to like go to work in Israel because, you know, Israel won't accept his permit to open up a business in Gaza. So, you know, he goes to work and then he goes and gets fucking murdered at a checkpoint, right? Oops, there goes your husband. Man, ow. Anyways, then you go and your son is obviously angry. Your son goes and becomes a resistance fighter. Your son is now killed off, and because your son was a resistance fighter, they now kill off your other 2 children. Then on top of that, they go and they rape you. You know, and this is just the life of like one Ghazawi woman, right? We can talk about the experience of 2.2 million people, where half of them are children. We can talk about how right now Israel just announced that they're going to have a blockade with water and food and electricity into Palestine, into Gaza specifically. There is 2.2 million people living in Gaza. That half of that population, 53% of them are under 18. They're children. Right? So now they're suffering. They're making children suffer, not including the 73 children that have died since yesterday. Right? They've also hit multiple mosques, multiple residencies. Right? This is just like this is just at the top of my head. If you want to get down deep into it, we can talk about the water control, about the poisoning of the water supply systems. We can talk about the white phosphorus. We can talk about the military, the training of military weapons on Palestinians.
Can I just add one thing, or just regarding the population of Gaza? A good percentage of the population, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's over 50% of Gaza actually. The people that are there are not actually from Gaza. They're from other cities in occupied Palestine that were completely destroyed at by the creation of Israel, and they were pushed into Gaza. They had to seek refuge there, and they've been there since 1948.
I don't know if you also, sorry, Ronnie, but like also on top of that, there's like the absentee laws, right? So if you're like, that's like the story of like most Palestinians who lose their home is due to the absentee law. You have to either be there 6 months out of the year, and if not, then Israel has a right to take your property. It's kind of like, think of like what is it, the 4th Amendment that we have here, where, you know, the United States soldiers are not allowed to go into your home.
But guys, I think you misunderstood the main point of having a one state. One state means a democratic state. So when we're talking about IDF or when we're talking about IOF, like you said, you have equal rights. So who is going to pick what, and what entity will be defending what entity, what military entity will be there? Everyone will have the right to vote for it. So I don't see that should be even something.
Well, Noura had an issue with it. I don't know if you remember. Noura had an issue with it. She's like, well, they're going to vote in a Muslim government. Well, if that's what the people in Palestine want to vote for and elect, then that's fine, I think. In my opinion, I'm okay with that.
Noura has an issue with herself.
Even religion. We're not talking about religion because religion has nothing to do with this.
I agree with you. 100%. But all I'm trying to say is that, like, it does not matter what these people vote for as long as they're given a chance to vote. I don't know why. I don't see why it's an issue, but I also think that you can't move forward with equality without giving justice, right? There's this thing in America, and those who frequent like all these social justice issues know this statement really well. You've heard it so many times at protests, and it's no justice, no peace. You have to give justice in order for you to live peacefully, and I don't see any justice at all. I mean, even with Shireen Abu Akleh, they wouldn't even let her grave live peacefully. They wouldn't even let her rest.
Can I talk about Shireen for just a second? For those of you who don't know,
she is your people. So
So for those of you who don't know, your people is crazy. For those of you that don't know who Shireen Abu Akleh is, she was, Allah yarhamha, may her soul rest in peace. She was a reporter for Al Jazeera, and she's reported out of the West Bank, the occupied Palestinian territories, for the majority of her career, for over 20 years. And she was a staple in a lot of Arab households, especially in Palestine, Lebanon, and different areas in the Middle East. And she was a Palestinian Christian. She was a proud Christian at that. You know, the whole occupation, the whole conflict does not discriminate against religion. As a Christian, she was not protected under international law for freedom of press. She was unalived by a sniper that operated under the IDF. And it's been proven that the ballistics showed it was most likely from an IDF sniper. And Israel had admitted to that. She was, the whole point of my statement is,
Where's the justice for her?
where's the justice for her? The IDF, when Palestinians were mourning her loss and there were thousands of people at her public funeral, she got attacked. The IDF came in, the Israeli police.
They shot at the people, bro. It was like actually like so funny.
With rubber bullets. The people that were mourning her, they were carrying her casket and they let them drop the casket. They literally started clashing with them. Where is the justice for her? Where is the justice for the hundreds of children that are unalived each year at the hands of the IDF and of the Israeli police? Where is the justice? I can show a video right now.
I don't know, Hiba, if you remember that the nurse.
I'm so bad with names, but I know what you're talking about.
She basically was taking care of a patient and they shot her.
Right. Or you can talk about the ambulance, workers or the Red Crescent employees.
Yeah.
There's just so many instances we can name you. Her name for everybody is Shireen, Shireen, Abuakleh, Shireen Abu Akleh. Allah yarhamah. But there's so many instances, so I just don't understand when people are so shocked, right? I personally, I'm against, civilian casualties in any stretch of the means. I'm against all of these things. If you want to go for police officers, if you want to go for military, that's all you, baby boy. Y'all can do that. Like, I have no problem with that personally. You sign up for it, you can do it. But
that's her.
I'm against civilian casualties. But you coupled with everything that these people have gone through, and you're surprised when they fight back. You're surprised, bro. If y'all seen that video of them at the border when the fence was broken, that was the first time in all of those people's lives they walked past that border. I cried. I literally cried, bro.
I cried at that too.
They have a fucking ocean. Not an ocean. They have a sea. They literally have water they're not allowed to swim in.
You're telling me that like, we have our land, and a bunch of people are running. They don't even know where they're going. They're just running.
Okay, the whole blockade on Gaza is a land, air, and sea blockade. You have maybe 6 or 7 entrances on the Israeli border, which is the majority of the border, that are closed. Only one of them is open, and that one just got shut down after the attacks happened. There was the border on the Egyptian end in Rafah, but that is not even 15% of the Gaza border. Majority of Gaza border is Israel. And then you have the border by the water, which Israel has control for approximately 1 nautical mile. Where are Gazans supposed to go? Where are the Gazawis supposed to go if they're being told to evacuate and the majority of their border is completely shut off and cut off by Israel? If the Israelis are saying that we're going to cut off access to electricity, water, and other meaningful supplies that are necessary for just a decent quality of life, the Israelis have already been cutting them off. Before the attacks happened, electricity was already cut off. So a lot of the Gazawis didn't even know what was happening until everything happened and they were getting attacked. Okay, where are they supposed to go? Their water has been getting cut off. They don't have life. They are under an open air prison, the world's largest open air prison. So for them to break down that wall and be able to go back into their own homeland and finally have some sort of freedom, this is resistance.
Ronnie, this is not resistance. This
Yes,
is
it is.
terrorism. This
No,
is
it's
not
terrorism?
resistance. This is
What's
terrorism.
what's terrorism?
And you want to bring up Shireen? Fine. Most
Terrorism
ideologies have
terrorism is breaking
connectors.
into
It's
innocent
not.
people's
It
houses
wasn't
and
unique
killing
to
them
the
and
Shireen
kidnapping them and
situation.
raping them. That's
You
terrorism.
Like I said, where's the
trying to
rape?
justify
Prove the
this
rape.
by
Prove the
calling
rape
it
is.
resistance. Then you're a terrorist supporter. Hamas is not
Eva,
a
you
liberation
keep going
movement.
to the
This
one
is
aspect of the rape.
terrorism.
Okay.
And
The
whatever
woman
you're
just wait.
saying,
I didn't bring that up. Alicia
they're
did.
cutting them
Alicia
off.
did, and I
And I
responded.
said
Just
it
do it.
before,
doesn't
and
even
I'm
know. I know you didn't
Egyptian.
bring it up,
What
but
about
you keep
Egypt
saying
and all
where's the
their
rape.
resources?
Where
Why
is
aren't they
it?
helping the
You know that the
Gazans?
murder.
Why isn't
She
Jordan helping the
doesn't even know
Gazans?
where I
Why is
stand.
You see
everything
how peaceful
Israel's
it was
problem?
before this girl came up? Like that was crazy.
Nura
Yeah,
came
we
in,
can
she
actually
was
hear people
already
No,
speak.
because you
me, and
guys
she
were
doesn't
sitting
even
here
know
and
where I
talking about
stand.
Shireen and sympathizing with terrorists and saying this is why
You
this
don't
is
even know what
happening.
you didn't
I
even
needed to
listen to
come back
anything that I
up
said.
here
When
and
you didn't even
speak sensibly so you're not sitting here lying
But
to
you're speaking. That's the problem.
1,500 people. Listen, no, you cannot.
I'm
You
expressing
can,
how Palestinians
even
feel to
if, and I said
1.5
this a
million or
million times, even
1.5
if the
thousand
land
people.
was stolen, you don't see you see people getting killed on the streets of LA. You don't see their families bulldozing and killing everybody in the
That's
neighborhood.
crazy.
Because
Wait,
their
speaking
family
of
member
that,
got
do you
killed.
know what?
You don't
Do you know what
that.
What
collective
Israel
You
punishment
should be
is?
don't
doing that.
do
Wait.
that.
You know what
That's
collective punishment is?
that's terrorism, and you cannot be behind
Wait.
Hamas.
What is
Hamas
collective
is like
punishment?
ISIS. Hamas is
It's been
Hezbollah.
peaceful,
You
and then you let Nura
cannot
back up.
be
Pause. Ronnie,
behind
one
that.
sec.
You can't call it resistance. That's
What is
not what it
collective
is.
punishment?
This
What's
has gone
collective
too
punishment?
far.
What is
This
collective
has gone
punishment?
too far.
What's collective punishment?
Why is it that you're
What is collective
surrounded by
punishment? Go
all of
ahead and
your
answer me.
brethren and
You want to
all
talk
of your
about LA? You
Arabs
want to
and
talk about
all
LA?
of your
You want to talk
resources
about
are
LA?
supposed
Now, Hiba, Nora, everybody, I want to get you guys back up here later on if you guys have time, and we could
Yeah,
talk
definitely.
about
I
this.
just hate something. Host, where do you stand on this?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, oh, what?
I know, it's okay. Where do you
I'm
stand
just
on
so
this?
tired.
Trust me, I get it. I hosted a live earlier for not hosted, but yeah, I understand. Trust me.
So, I mean, it's like I said earlier in this. I mean, I like to listen to other people talk. I like to hear other people's opinions. So, I am Jewish. I'm telling you guys that.
I see you're Boricua though. Are you Boricua? Because I
Yeah,
see
I
that.
am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything against anybody for the purpose of their religion. I don't have anything against anybody for the purpose of where they're from. What I don't stand for, and I said this earlier, and it goes for both sides. I don't stand for innocent women, children, and people in general getting hurt. So, I try to push and stay positive that there is a solution to this, but right now is not the solution at all. Like what's going on is not the solution.
Right.
It's not what needs to happen. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I see what you're saying. We're having a conversation, bro. We're having a conversation.
I have to drop. I have 4 minutes that I have to prep for a meeting. I'm working from home today. Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Okay, this is just where I stand. I'm a nonviolent person. I don't like war. I'm pretty much a pacifist when it comes to foreign relations, foreign affairs, whatever you want to call it. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in armed resistance. I don't believe in war at all. But unfortunately, what happened. There's no going back. And right now we have to wait and see how everything unfolds. Okay? That being the case, the people in Gaza are fed up with their blockade that they've been suffering for the past 16 years, a permanent blockade since 2007, and an ongoing blockade since 2005. The people in the West Bank are tired of apartheid, tired of occupation for the past 56 years. And every Palestinian is tired of the ethnic cleansing that they've been suffering for the past 75, 76 years. Okay, so unfortunately, sometimes violence has to happen. Now, the certain types of acts, the certain types
yourself? Are you hearing yourself?
Hold on, I'm speaking.
They have borders to other countries.
I'm just shocked.
I love what Ronnie's saying. Actually, I really like it. Continue.
Hold on. Can I finish speaking?
Lamar, you're so chaotic. I love it. I love you.
I love you too, man. I follow
So there's no other
I know
countries
Ronnie
around
says
to
he
help
does
except
that.
Israel.
Can I finish speaking? I said I have a meeting in a
I know
couple of
Ronnie
weeks.
said he does have to go. So let's.
Okay. Everyone mute too. Unfortunately, violence has to happen. I don't support violence, but unfortunately, it has to happen, and it happened. Okay? Do I think that there could have been another way? Possibly, but this happened. And sometimes, in order to be heard, this is the resort that you have to take. Okay? Now, the great bit. Hold on. Mute yourself, please, while I finish speaking. The raping, the SA against women and children, and the violence against women and children, I don't support on any end. And I can condemn Hamas for those specific actions and any of the any of the other militant groups in the West, in Gaza, that participated in those activities. I can condemn that right here and now. But it happened. I condemn it, but it happened. We can't go back. But there's also evidence.
No
That
one has been essayed though.
Hold on. Some people are saying that there's evidence. I don't want to watch the videos. If they're saying it happened, it happened. But we can say the same thing has happened to Palestinians by the IDF. The same thing has been happening to Palestinian women and Palestinian girls and Palestinian children under the control of the IDF and the Israeli police for many, many years. And there's documentation of that. So if we want to talk about those activities, what the people in Gaza did to the settlers in South Israel is what has been happening to Palestinians for many, many years. And there's evidence, there's documentation, and unfortunately it happened. So whatever happened to the Israelis has been happening to the Palestinians for many years. And the Palestinians are fed up. The Palestinians are fighting for their land back now.
Thank you.
I'd love to pick up this conversation later on.
All right. Yeah, and most definitely I will be back.